That is
Oh, that's awesome.
they send that to me. That was they did a couple of variations of that. That's the art that I paid for, but they didn't finish it yet. That's just like the sketch of it.
That's super fucking cool. Yeah, if you wanna, well, do you wanna share? Yeah, I'd say.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay, okay. Wait for it to be finished. There's
But
some cool art coming, you guys.
it was pricey, but I like that artist a lot.
Hell
She's really
yes.
good.
Hell yes. It's been a few months since I commissioned any art. I got to do that as well. But yes, yes, yes. Let us pick it up, friends. Let us start, as always, with a brief recap. Go ahead and mark down your inspirations, as I'll do a little broader recap. It's been a little bit since we played here, so let's remind ourselves how things went. Uh, so, bit of a wider recap here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's a train going by my house, and it's absolutely howling. Yep. All right. So, in the last few months of our adventuring here, the party has been slowly learning more of the properties of these strange dark pages. We have also been interacting with this strange plot that seems to be going on between whoever, Ash was representing, as well as sort of like the Red Path on her kind of under her control, as well as this other side, which is the forces of Tiamat, including Archon the Cruel. As we learned, there's a bunch of these pieces to some sort of a ritual that both of these sides are trying to perform. These pages, Isender Hiroshi, the light of Bella's people, the arcane battery of some sort that was supposed to power in this entire sort of ritual, and a arcane or like a divine crucible, this magical apparatus that is supposed to kind of grind down just about any artifact or magical energy and transform it or sort of translate it into something else. We learned that this crucible was supposed to sort of work on sort of like splitting the rift between the planes, allowing some powerful minions of whoever to step on through, depending on what side is successful doing this. You guys got your hand on some of the pages. You got your hand on this arcane, powerful battery. And currently have learned of some strange betrayals after Ash was betrayed and defeated by you guys and captured. You learned that none other than one of the members of the Red Path, Arenia, has been sort of cooperating with Ash for a very long time and sort of concocting this plot. Which apparently this person has been spending a lot of time lately with Sky, who we haven't seen in a long time because she stepped away, finally getting her hands on what she's been searching for from the very start of this adventure. The very thing she was born with, the thing that was hers, that was stolen from her. That dark page of power that she took with her and disappeared into the night. We went north into Wittebach, recovered that source of arcane power, that battery of seemingly indescribable levels of energy within, before heading away towards Fort Daxio. We made some friends with the Hill Giants there, and then headed our way towards Fort Daxio as we learned that Archon the Cruel is pushing his own plot forward. Not one for trickery or shadows. He made a decisive move. He has prepared to attack Fort Daxio. A military base where a large, vast majority of the forces of the Tal'dorei Republic, the people who we know, that we've talked to, that we've learned about, the peoples of Iman, of Western Stilben, all of these places that we've been to, the people that are trained to defend us stay there. And Archon wants to burn it down. We briefly on our way met some powerful dragon allies. We spoke with some old dragon friends, and Casimir had a chance to sort of confront his birth parents and inquire about his past, the price that he was worth to them before he was given away, as well as his name. and the name of what is apparently now we know his sister. We know her as Ash. We then made our way towards this area where Archon is plotting his preparation of an attack towards the armies of Tal'dorei, and learned that there was a dragon skeleton there, a massive dragon skeleton belonging to a previous member of the Chroma Conclave, a dragon called Brimscythe the Iron Storm. Cruel, the sort of turtle death cleric servant of Archon's, was reanimating all kinds of undead there. While there, we encountered Jorik Lamench, the blood hunter we've been working with for some time. We met Jonas Vasilisa, the Dark Ranger, and the betrothed of our own Roxy, or Rosalie. As we prepare to sort of take down Archon, we made a plan, we made a perfect plan, and everything went horribly wrong. A deadly, devastating fight, and Archon killed off multiple of our allies, forcing us to flee and regroup. Not wanting to give up on our friends, even though they are forsaken to the bowels of hell within the territories of Tiamat, the Scaled Serpent, Queen of the Evil Dragons, we ventured our way into hell itself. We rode hell vehicles and motorcycles and went out across the broken, blasted wasteland of Avernus. We battled against hell creatures, we shot harpoons, and cars exploded and burned our way through Avernus before arriving at Archon's tower. We made a friend. We made this this strange, sort of like a hellish mercenary friend that we sort of paid to lead us there safely, and we managed to find our dead friends and just recently brought them back to Tal'dorei. Unfortunately, yes, Emily wasn't there back then, so we couldn't explore more of story about her father possibly being trapped there somewhere. But we did grab a stone from the tower there, so we can teleport there much easily again. We then decided to go reincarnate our friends, who came back as, yes, a centaur, a warforged, a plasmoid, and I believe Jorik came back as a Goliath. As now, we rush our way to Iman to start preparing for the Battle of Fort Daxio. On our way out of hell, we did pick up a coin from Renzig, who was that sort of hellish devil mercenary guy who led us safely through Avernus. He mentioned that, yes, you can always summon him if you wish. You can sacrifice 5,000 gold pieces, flip the coin as it burns away, and he will appear to help us in a fight. He seems to be an assassin sort of invisibility type. So, as we begin, we return first to Iman. As you'll appear, as you see the cobbled streets, the cobbled stones on the streets of Iman here, the usually filled with joy and energy city capital of the Tal'dorei Republic is strangely quiet. You see people walking in the streets and such, but most of them are gathered in droves as they inspect posters and newspaper stands where the word is already spreading. War comes to Iman. Fort Daxio soon under attack. Forces of the Dragon Queen come to ruin us all. Could this be the second calamity? What does this mean for the good peoples of Tal'dorei? Who will save us in this crucial time? As you see these town criers going about town, yelling out, everybody stay inside. The council has mandated that everyone gather their closest ones, their families and loved ones, and find shelter. Move further south. Passageway will be enabled and organized for peoples looking for refuge in Singorn or Emerald Outpost. People traveling to Kaimal and Western are encouraged to stay and instead head further south. The roads are not safe. Sightings of dragons in the mountains and on the roads. Possibly scouts, but still very dangerous. Stay safe. Stay with your families. As you see words sort of being sent out, as multiple wagons and carts are set up in a bunch of these streets and sort of like town squares and park areas, where you see a bunch of guards are handing out, a bunch of guards and like people who are like obviously like chefs or cooks and such are handing out food, like supplies of rations of food and such for people who are intending to like move away. As you see a lot of people panicking about what should we do? What should we stay? We should believe. We should believe in the arms of Iman and the defenders of Tal'dorei. They will surely protect us. As someone else chimes in, foolish boy, what if Fort Daxia falls? A tide of blades and scale will come down across the Seashell Mountains and drown us all in blood. Stay at your own foolish peril. Me and mine are leaving. We shall look for refuge. Maybe even rush to Stilben. First boat out. As people are sort of panicking and talking amongst themselves here. As you guys hear, you hear one person that steps out, says, do not give up. Do not break your sense of hope yet. The gods will not let us all perish. They have sent their greatest warriors. And everyone kind of looks out, kind of as this person kind of says, paladins and clerics of the churches and temples across the lands have been summoned to Fort Daxia. They will defend us all. Not just them, many powerful heroes, groups. The Dragon's Bane been sent. Word has reached out even to Vox Machina, I've heard. DawnGuard, I've heard, have went their way up there as well. They have done much for us all. They will not fail us now. Another person chimes in. Fool, news has spread already. The DawnGuard have fell already. The rest of them will follow. We should all leave while we still have the chance. If they died, what chance do we stand? And you hear sort of murmur and panic in the crowd here. As you guys move your way through, listening to all of this. You guys are in Iman here. You came here basically, I'm embracing failure. As you guys are arriving here, you guys got here, you are here looking for like one of the powerful mages in command and such. Basically, you were looking for a way to like quickly teleport your way to Fort Daxia. That's why you're in Iman. It was like the closest place you could go to. So, that said, as you're walking through the city and then you're hearing this, like, unrest, and there's no, like, riots or problematic behavior yet, but people are, like, afraid. People are afraid. They hear dragons are attacking, and immediately bells are going off in their heads. Just 2 years, 2.5, at this point, actually 3 years, since you guys sort of, you've been adventuring together.
Who's that Pokemon?
A year and something. No more than 3 years ago, terrible dragons descended upon Iman. People are very much so afraid of the idea of dragons coming back for vengeance.
Damn. A few people die and they lose all hope.
A bunch of people like walk past you guys, bump into you guys, and like, oh my god, the DawnGuard. No, that's just a centaur, a plasmoid, and a robot person. That's not them. And they walk by.
What are Roxy and I chop fucking liver?
I guess I'm never around, and you haven't been around, right? So they don't know.
Roxy in this whole campaign has constantly said, I'm not there when they celebrate us. And Sky has always put her hood up whenever people walk up to like congratulate you stuff. So yeah, they don't. You guys are not the spotlight heroes, I guess.
No, we're not the DawnGuard. We got to come up with another name. Apparently, we're dead.
And yeah, you see, the rumor is that you guys have fallen, that you've lost lives, that you were the first warning of the power of Tiamat.
We got the job to do.
One of the banners or anything?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm a banner. It was on Bella's fucking
know.
thing, and it's
It's-
gone. So
Kind of on my old body.
You had the only one? Like, no one else had one?
Cass had the other one, and his shit's there too.
As much as I would love to inspire these people right now, I don't have my gear, and that makes me a liability rather than support.
And
Are we able to replace it?
You guys,
I
funny
think-
enough, you have some money on you, but you did spend tens of thousands. I don't know how you're doing on cash, what kind
No,
of
not
money you
good,
guys
not
got
good.
on you.
It's not good.
You spent like tens of thousands of gold.
We
to
we
gear
spent
up,
almost 100,000 gold in that fucking
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah, you spent a lot.
We spend a lot. That's why I mean, I can
Still-
rob the store if you want.
I don't know how you guys are doing
Huh.
your money, but some potions, like healing potions and stuff like that, might be good. I don't know how many you have.
You know what? Let's go pay a little visit over to our friend over there.
we've... You know,
Oh,
when you say that, it's a little menacing. I don't know which friend you mean, and if it's actual friend or not friend.
Hey, Gilmore. I like him. Well
Mhm.
enough.
Yeah. You guys can easily make it over to Abadar's Promenade and find the ever so alluring and fantastic Sean Gilmore of Gilmore's Glorious Goods. As you enter on in, you see he's walking around. There's a few people walking him. There's a few people in the shop here saying, basically, to him asking like, oh, we're asking for a little bit of a discount here. I mean, times are pretty dire, and we're hoping to pick up arms and go help defend for Daxio. Gilmore kind of looks at him and says, friends, I see your fervor and passion burning in your heart, but this is not time for foolish heroics. I would be more than happy to outfit you with magical gear, and I sure stand to profit by doing so, but it would fall ill on my soul knowing that I possibly sent you into a danger beyond your capability. I'm not saying it don't help. I'm
Fire
saying
off a round into the floorboard to get the attention. Just
blast. People jump immediately, look back. You see Sean sort of holds out a fire spell in his hand and then rubs his temples, pauses. As these people are just sort of like, look back to you, says, oh, a robber? I'll defend the store. And they like draw their blades to defend the store from
Kid.
you.
Put it the fuck down before Roxy shoots you and I shoot you out of just...
I extend a
Pure
pseudopod to take their sword.
Blah, you just grab it out of their hands with your tentacle hand as they're like, freak out and fall on their asses. Gilmore looks confused, like, what the? I know you, and I know you, but the rest. Why do you have a
Gilmore.
lower body of a horse now?
Look, buddy, we need a favor.
The rest of the guys run out of the store immediately, like get out of here. As Gilmore looks around and says, wait a minute, friends, it is all of you. Except some of you look. Wait. He looks over to the porcelain is Yara still around? Is she
yeah, she's
alone?
there. She's like
Yeah.
porcelain.
Looks-
She's like waving. She's like, hi.
You look a lot different than last time. I can't say it's an improvement or not. You still look fantastic in a different way, and you... Wait, you're the one they went into hell. He points over to Bella and Casimir. You are the ones they went into hell itself. It worked, but something weird happened, didn't it?
Yes,
We didn't have
as you
time.
can see.
We had to be reincarnated, not resurrected.
I see. I
We're
might be
needed.
able to provide some scrolls to solve that, but not anytime soon. You said you needed help?
Yeah,
We're
they
needed. We need-
outfitted. Anything you can spare, we have to get to Daxio quick.
Anything I
They
can
need our
spare. What do you need? I have some magical weapons, magical armors and such. I need one of you guys to give me a charisma roll. He's going to give you some gear no matter what, because Sean is here to help you. But I need one of you guys to give me a decently high. The higher the roll on persuasion here, the better sort of gear he's going to give you guys as a sort of like a loner.
Nice.
19 is pretty good. Funny enough, that's like a pretty low roll for you, but 19 is still really good.
So that's a...
You know-
You get a plus 13?
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Let's go ahead and change that then to a 27.
He's back, baby. He's back from hell. 27 here. He sort of looks you over and says, "Things are quite dire, and I'm sorry to hear about the many losses you have suffered. But you are now what we need, a symbol of an undying hope. Let me see what I have in the back. Sherry, help me here." And the two of them look around for some gear. They get you guys on a 27. Let's see. Nice, yeah. They bring for you guys here. For you here, let's see what they have. Okay, Bella, for you, he says, I hope this is fine enough for now, as they give you basically your selection of a +1 weapon of any kind that you would like, and a +1 suit of armor of any kind. If you want to have like a +1 plate and a +1 greatsword, he can provide that. So for free, yeah?
Oh, amazing. Yeah, that's exactly what I'll take.
Excellent. Go ahead and just uncheck the gear that you had before, as if like unequipping it,
Okay.
and you can totally. I can, if you want to drag in the new plate and the sword.
I already have a plate armor +1, so I'll
Perfect.
just leave that equipped.
That's pretty much what that is. These are kind of like
And-
loaners. He's hoping you guys return these, but times are dire, so he's more than happy to loan some stuff.
So I
let's see.
will and then I'll add the +1 greatsword in a second.
Excellent.
Let me clean up my inventory here because it's a little messy, you know.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Here. Let me see what else. So yeah, for you, +1 weapon of your choice and +1 armor here. For Casimir, let me see what he has. Oh, nice. He has another set of these here for not Cedric here. Oh, go ahead and do me a favor, you guys. Change your names in Roll20 back to your original character names here. But for our wizard, for Casimir, he does have another set of spell-woven robes that he's willing to just give you here on a 27 persuasion. Casimir, if you wanted these robes again that say your AC becomes 10 plus your intelligence, without needing like mage armor and such, he can provide you with that. And he brings out his own personal one that he uses, but he sort of gives it to you as a loan here as well, a arcane grimoire of his own. This is a magic book, Casimir, that basically says it gives you +1 bonus to spell attacks and spell saves of your spells. Additionally, when you use your arcane recovery, you recover 1 extra spell slot. He sort of gives out these items for free to you guys. Says, this is best I can do
Thank
on
you.
short notice. He sort of looks around and
This
says,
is great.
this is best I can do on short notice, and please take some of these. And he gives you a large satchel filled with potions. Inside, you guys see 5 potions of heroism and 10 greater healing potions as he puts this on the table. We need all the heroes we can get, and well, business would run dry without you all crazy powerful people who earn a lot of coin and then spend it all in my shop. So, let's stay alive this time, yes?
Gilmore, we
sure.
appreciate you so much.
Yes,
Of course,
thank
of
you.
course. He, passes you these potions here. You guys can go ahead equally, pretty much here. Everyone go ahead and mark down a potion of heroism and 2 greater healing potions. I will add the same to Bryn.
You know what? I could kiss this man.
Right.
He puts his hand up like, that's all right. I'm about to be married. He sort of smiles.
Oh.
Still engagement ring on his finger.
Oh,
Nice.
who's the lucky person?
He is a wonderful, wonderful man that I've had a chance to reunite with after many, many years. If you're alive, if you're alive by the end of this, you are invited to the wedding. Now,
How many greater potions you said?
2 greater for everyone and 1 potion of heroism.
That's what makes you immune to fear, right?
Potion of Heroism says you get 10 temp HP for the next hour, and during that hour, you have a permanent bless spell on you without concentrating on it.
Cool.
Very good.
Hey, Gilmore, do you have like any like javelins or hand axes? Just regular. Don't.
I don't have regular, but if you need, and he provides you with 2 +1 javelins.
Oh, easy. Okay.
Just
All right.
casual. Here's some +1 javelins. You know, bring them back if you can.
If you can, this is a dire time here, and I made much more impressive stuff. I'm not sort of skimping out on you here. It's just that some of this gear is very expensive and such, and I hope this is good enough. A lot of people have been asking, a lot of army folk as well have been asking for many of these magical items for use as well. I've given out many to the Master of Law, to the Master of the Army as well. People are asking for a lot.
This
You
is
know-
perfect. Thank you.
You know, if we see anyone with like magical shit on them and they die, I'll throw them in my rug, and then we could just take all their shit later
Okay, all
you can
right.
sell it.
Well,
as a
no,
thank you.
that's right. Oh, well, all right. Business, mine for business on you. I see. Very well. All right. Well, best of luck. Get out there and kill those dragons before they kill us. Yes.
I'm sorry. I appreciate everything you have done here. We do. But is there perchance something you have that would locate our other gear that isn't so easily replaced? Have some items.
I have. Hold on. Give me a second. He looks on through and brings out a spell scroll. As he
Locate
says. Yeah, he brings out a scroll of locate object. It is a 2nd level divination spell, and Casimir, he gives it to you. Says, this is a single time use, so this is a scroll. You use it concentrating for about 10 minutes, and if the object that you are thinking of is within 1,000 feet of you, you'll have a direct sort of idea of where to go to get to it. So you have 10 minutes to sort of move around quickly or fly if that's possible for you, and locate what you need.
Much appreciated. I used to know this spell, but I no longer have my book.
Right. All right, well, best of luck out there. As you guys see more adventurers pouring in behind you, you guys see, and this is totally that moment where you guys like walking out, you see another group of adventurers in mismatched, strange kinds of gear with a different symbol on them for their own group. As you see another group that I've DM'd for walk past you guys, right? As they go to like buy their own magic items and stuff like that.
No Droxy. Like those assholes.
They have what look to be a brooding rogue type, a shining paladin type. They have a little dwarf guy with like a big lightning mark on his forehead. There's a little kobold guy with a bunch of vials on him. They're just some weird people. As you sort of walk on by. As you guys sort of step on out and put on this new gear and everything. It's so weird here because Bella, you're trying to put on a suit of armor and you keep floating through it, like you keep falling out of it. It keeps slipping and just pouring out of it at times. It takes some time to learn how to sort of control your slime body.
Yeah.
Bella, you're leaking.
I know. I'm kind of like everywhere. It's so weird.
There's a
pretty
snail
cool, to be
trail
honest.
behind you guys. Yeah. All right. You guys make your way up to the Cloudtop District. There you see a bunch of mages preparing with a bunch of soldiers. As walking out to meet you guys is none other than the High Arcanist Allura Vysoren, one of the members of the Tal'dorei Council and a sort of personal friend to Casimir. She sees you all. She sees Casimir, and we see a little bright kind of look on her face, like, oh, thank goodness. And then we see the rest of Casimir come into frame, a horse body beneath. As she tilts her head to the side, kind of confused, as Allura kind of walks over and says, well, some things have certainly changed. It is
a
good to
long
see
story,
you all.
But we live for now.
Who are your new friends? Kind of points over to the Warforged and the slime person.
Hey, it's me, Arabels.
Yeah, same person over
Intriguing.
here too. Just a little glass or something.
That's most unique. I take it then that your rescue mission was successful. I was greatly devastated to hear that you were lost to Archon's forces. I learned that apparently some of your bodies were seen being paraded about in most gruesome ways by the army of the army of dragons.
Yes.
Well, I say
I
we do
don't-
the same to them if we kill them.
Well, we didn't have time to get back in our true forms, so we've got here as soon as we could to help.
Right. That's and she stops and kind of looks over to Sky. Yeah. And you see her narrow her eyes. Says, "Oh, I see this one is back as well. Aren't you the one that caused quite a problem here last time, chasing your friend around, or whatever that was?"
Sometimes you have a dispute with people around you.
Right.
Oh,
Well-
you ain't ever fought with a friend.
But she was back when we needed her most. So
Very well. I trust your instincts and allegiances here, and it's not like you've not done much good before that incident as well. In either case, we need your help, and just about any help we can use. I'm about to set off for Fort Daxio with the rest of the Magi here. The Arcana Pensophical has prepared many Arcanists that will help with this as well. If you all are ready to leave, we can translocate immediately.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Very well.
Let's do it.
The generals, the 4 generals and the regiments at Fort Daxio are awaiting for us for input. Let us go. She prepares a spell. You see a bunch of spellcasters sort of cast a bunch of magic and spells here as a bluish swirl of energy surrounds you all, and in an instant, you all blink and are now located overlooking tall mountains up ahead. You stand up on a wall of a castle, a fort. Down below, on the inside of the walls in the courtyard, you see numerous, hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands of soldiers training and preparing. Sounds of armors being hammered into shape, as well as blades being sharpened for what might be their first and final use. You see all the soldiers' tension is high in the air here, as approaching you, kind of here, is a what looks to be a griffin rider. You see landing there is one of these like generals, then immediately introduces them to sort of Allura. Allura kind of gestures to you guys being heroes who have went out and fought before. They all kind of like have a conversation. You see, they start talking like war tactics and politics here. As they ask you, like, do you want to be left to your own devices and do your own thing, or do you want to like sit in for this like war council meeting and discuss what the plan is going to be?
I think knowing the information of what's going to happen, we're right.
Yes. So, see where we could have the best effect.
Excellent. They let you guys sort of sit in on this meeting here as they all start sort of talking, discussing what has happened. They talk about the forces of Archon have gathered. They are talking about at least a dozen of different colored dragons are present in this army. A vast number of lizard men is present. A lot of sort of draconians. They're not necessarily they're kind of like dragonborn in a sense, but more sort of like feral in a way. So like wild tribes of dragonborn that have rallied under this, as it seems that people are worried that the word of Tiamat is spreading, and anyone who holds any power or allegiance when it comes to dragons, it is very much so. Everyone's everyone is reaching out. Everyone is gathering. They're realizing this might be one of the greatest wars in history. You see one of the generals kind of steps forth. This is General Fei Eugen, his name, of the Dusk Regiment, who are sort of like the scouts and the spies and the informants and stuff like that. You see he's sort of like laying back in his chair, kind of says, well, the way I see it, we don't have many options here. Me and the lads were able to sort of scour the excavation site. They've been mostly gathering most of the bulk of their forces. We've seen manticores, some chimeras even, and the main problem really is their weapon. Yeah, they a lot of them, and I mean a lot of the many few. At this point, maybe in dozens of thousands of their soldiers have, well, flaming weapons, like those, what do you call them? And he sort of snaps his fingers trying to remember. See Allura say flame tongue weapons. And he's like, yep, those are the ones. We've seen a lot of different fiery enchantments on their weapons. And, I mean, there's only so much fire protection we can provide here, right? See another general, General K. Clearsight of the Tide Regiment, who are like magic users and ship combat people, say, we have many magi at our disposal. Powerful wind spells and water spells can be produced to protect us, but it won't be as effective on melee weaponry of the enemies. You see the General Ellie Gorgaphon, who is the leader of the Aegis Regiment, who are the main bulk of the army, the like foot soldiers, say, we number in just about 25,000 able-bodied warriors here. Are you telling me these dragon cultists, there's more of them? You see the general of the Dusk Regiment, Faye, say, yep, best me and the lads could say, they're probably in 30s, maybe even 40,000. And there's this quiet over the room as everyone kind of looks at each other with a grim look of, this is not looking good so far. You see, standing up, the person that was sort of riding on a griffin before, this is General Gillian Sylph of the Gale Regiment, who are sort of like sky combat and mounted combat people. You see this human, older sort of woman say, I suppose the first thing to do then is to weaken our enemy. How is this possible that they have these enchanted flaming weapons? Would it not take a army of enchanters to prepare such powerful magic? You see Allura chime in, say, perhaps, or maybe just one very powerful one. I'm not certain where they're getting all of this. Sort of as they're thinking here, I think Casimir certainly first, followed probably by the rest of you guys. Think to yourself, they have something that is making magic items very, very quickly. How or why? And then Casimir, very quickly coming to a realization, we haven't seen the full effects of that crucible that we know is now back in the possession of Archon. Could that be something? It's rumored to be able to transfer energy into different kinds of energies, or artifacts or magic items even into energy. Could it possibly do it the other way around? As you see them begin to talk about, like, all right, well, we got to send some of the scouts this way, and we got to make fortifications here, and some of the towers need to be, the wall needs to be extended here and reinforced over here, and they're just sort of like talking about what the plan is. But best you can tell, the moment they sort of hear that there's like they're outnumbered, the plan stops sort of being like, we gotta push and attack. The plan more so starts being like, we gotta absorb their blows and weaken them, let them break on our walls, and then fight back instead. We got hunker down.
Sorry, is it a far cry to think that they're gonna have the demons help them, the cultists of Tiamat?
I mean, possible, right? Who knows what they can summon into their service.
Do they know where they're making these weapons?
You sort of inquire. You see the individual in the charge of the Dusk Regiment, Fei Eugen, kind of looks over and says, well, we've not found anything very obvious, but some of the scouts mentioned that the ground was strange, like dry, a lot more dry and heated than usual. There was some speculation that they might have some underground space, an operation where they're working. Yeah, it could explain the heat if they have a forge down there or something of the sort. But that was a little too deeper and a little more guarded within their space.
Well, doesn't change the fact that they already have them.
Right. You see them kind of look amongst each other here as Allura kind of looks to this as the conversation is going. She kind of leans into you guys and kind of quietly here and says, it seems that our enemy has a numbers advantage at least. This was a very sudden action, but it is clear that this will be a massive war once it all breaks out. He looks amongst you all and says, I know that some of you have lost friends to Archon here. You're back, luckily, but still, those grudges don't simply go away that easily. Trust me, I know. And I know you've lost a lot of your equipment. You all, I take it, are much more capable than even some of the captains or scout sergeants here. Do you think it'd be possible for you all to do some reconnaissance? Your magic and skills might be more useful in this situation.
I mean, he's not going to be alone. It's going to be really hard to get to them.
As best you can, I suppose. Don't feel the need to. Don't try not to put yourself in danger. But any additional information, I've learned over years that a small group of unpredictable adventurers can sometimes trump even the greatest of plots.
And unpredictable we are. Do we think that this crucible is on this plane?
Not. You have no way of knowing, honestly.
Do we know what it looks like?
Not really. Once again, this is the one thing that you guys don't really have much information. This is the one last piece of the puzzle, right? You've encountered all the other three things. Lisa Harosi, the pages, this arcane battery. Yeah, that all you've encountered. The only thing that you've not encountered yet is this dragon scale crucible. Whatever the hell
This is going to be interesting. How are they... this is me just thinking logically. How are they feeding this army?
Most of them are
question.
undead. Most of them are undead, right?
A lot of
And
them,
I guess.
so a large
demons
bulk
and
of the lizard folk you've seen, a large bulk of them are like undead, zombified.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking if we're holy water. I'm just thinking in a war, you want to cut off supply lines, right? So we're thinking, of course, of eliminating this crucible and the source of magic weapons. But is there other supply lines that can be cut to weaken the enemy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way that they were set up, they had portals in that cave system. That cave system seems to be where they're originating from, which probably has their portals back to hell. Also, probably access to their forge for the magic weapon. The fact that the army's undead, there's really no food to cut off. So you're
Who's that Pokemon?
Those food probably subsist on very little. I mean, a lot of the other lizardmen just eat people that they kill. So there's that. Destroying the forge, I don't think is going to do a whole awful lot. They already have the weapons, right? The only thing would be to get your hands on the crucible, and maybe you could suck the enchanted magic out of the flame tongue weapons. Reverse it.
I don't know magic enough to know if that's possible.
And we don't know if they've summoned that undead dragon they were trying to summon, right? The one they were trying to raise.
They
We
were
don't
they were
know.
working on it last time. Once again, it's been a little bit since we played. You guys got there. There was an excavation site, giant dragon skeleton, right? They were casting a bunch of magic. You guys looked over. Cruel went, "Whew, I'm tapped out. I got to go back to hell to hit another fucking inhalation of super magic, so I can come back and finish the work." And that's when you guys went, "All right, let's ambush Archon while his friends are away, getting like repowered." And that's when everything went wrong. We went to hell, that type of stuff.
But Yara
Yeah,
also
but-
desecrated the site,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, she did something
She
to the bones.
blessed it. She
That's it.
Yeah, she
Um,
blessed it, so it would
yeah.
be like impossible to resurrect it in some time. But that's not like permanent thing, right? If some evil cleric finds that, they're like, "Oh shit, let me dispel that. Let me remove that." It would probably take a lot of work and effort, but it's not impossible to remove.
They have to find the one bone that it's enchanted on.
My God, the one tiny bone that's the fucking blessed. But yeah. It's presumably supposed to sort of keep them busy, but probably not forever.
Casimir is trying to think analytically. That crucible, who would be using it, and who would be around them using it? He has an idea, but he's not entirely sure. Or I'm not entirely sure. Casimir might be better at it than I am. I assume
They don't have any kind of clerics to do legend, like to find out what it looks like, so we can kind of have an idea of what
You
it looks like.
you have a Laura right there, right? She can totally like if you ask
Legend
her,
lore.
she can get someone. She can
Because we
totally,
don't
like-
know what it looks like. So I mean, we could be standing next to something that is the crucible and not even know what it is.
right.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm getting at. Is one of the spells I haven't memorized is scry.
You got Sinden?
Mhm.
I have scry, but my thought was to scry in on the Minotaur guy because I'd be more successful there if he's nearby the crucible. If I think he would be.
Cass.
I do not have sending.
Oh.
I'm very limited on my spells that are already chosen. I had to stick with them. But I could try to look at that Minotaur friend of Archon's and see if he's nearby that thing or near Cruel. See what's going on.
Worth a shot.
Bella, Roxy, any ideas?
I mean, I have a feeling the crucible is in hell because they kept going there to get powered up. They definitely wouldn't put it here. It has to be somewhere accessible that they can build what they gotta build and keep it safe.
Well, they did say they thought they had a forge here.
There's
It could have a
two-
portal that goes to hell. You know what I mean? In there.
There's two things here that we can look at. Is if I look for the Minotaur, our Minotaur friend there, either he's nearby the Crucible and we learn that, or I can see what he's up to and give positions from there.
If you want to use your spells to find it, I mean, it's your spells. I'm fine with either. I mean, we have to get there anyway. I just would like to know what it looks like so we can have an idea.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have my gear, so I can't use legend lore. Maybe Allura would know. Allura?
You asked her for legend lore.
Does she know what the Crucible looks like?
She sort of looks as I've not had a chance to ever see it before in my past, but I've read a little bit about it ever since it was mentioned or mentioned to be connected with this. From the description, at least, I do not have the spell. I apologize. I am a abjurist. I specialize in defense magic. I don't have many divination spells immediately at the ready. But from the reading I've done, from the legends and the stories, it is quite large. It speaks about about 15 foot tall, a pyramid-esque shape that is transported about usually by being carried or levitated and such. Quite similar to a fountain, from what they said. It has one large opening at the top, and all strange manner of crystals and runes with draconic symbols across it. That's at least the written mention of it.
Would Casimir have read of anything in his past going through those tomes for Zekdoran that describes something like that?
Thinking on through it, give me a history or religion roll here.
Similarly, would the Red Path have discussed anything?
I was
like
gonna say, I was like, how the fuck did your family carry a whole damn fountain? Just carry it out.
Go ahead and give me a history roll as well, Sky. Yeah, Casimir on a 12. You're not sure that you've ever read about it. You don't remember at least. Same thing for you,
I'm
Sky.
gonna-
Not that they've mentioned.
I got stuff here. Hold on.
Oh shit! Sorry.
I will do spender sorcery point and reroll that. See how this goes.
That's right. Spend a
You know what?
sorcery
I'll
point.
use
Ooh,
that.
yeah,
I'll
ooh,
use
yeah.
that. I'll use that other thing that I got. Hey!
Oh
You
my
gotta love the
god, what
duality.
a fucking roller coaster. Incredible. Yeah, on a 12, Casimir, you've not heard of it before. Sky here. Thinking on it, no, that's not it. Never mentioned that. That wasn't ever a part of anything. And then I think on a natural 20 years and years ago, I think we cut back to a little flashback of younger sort of Sky, few, I don't know, days perhaps before she forever lost her sort of power. We see a younger, more like in a better mood, I definitely imagine. We see a smile on her
Happy.
face. Smile on her face. And we see sitting sort of all opposite to her currently is we see Kenneth, who's playing cards with Derival, while Arenia is sort of sitting here with you and kind of talking to you. We see she's sort of like running her hand across a sort of like a lid of a jar. And it sort of freezes the liquid inside. And she sort of shakes it and pops it open and pours herself a cold drink. And she sort of looks to you and says, it's been going really well lately. Treasures we've gathered, the Red Prince will be most happy. Although, some of these things on the list here I've never even heard of. And as she sort of goes down this list here, there's a list of sort of artifacts you've been tasked to find and gather. And one of them is, as we see on this list, the Dragon Scale Crucible. You see, as Arenia kind of looks to younger Sky here, she says, some of these I don't even know what the hell they're supposed to be used for. Dragon Scale Crucible, some sort of draconic artifact. It eats magic items and turns them into magic. Well, that's as vague as in all of these artifacts can be, yeah? I wonder if you could do similar things to people. You know, what if you fell into it type of thing, yeah? She sort of looks to you here, younger, happier Sky, who is Sky at this moment like paying attention to her in this like flashback, or do we see her sort of looking over to Kenneth, who's sort of like trying to outsmart Derival in like a card game?
It's like split attention. Like she's like paying attention to the conversation. She's watching the card game going and looking back and forth. Like she's trying to keep up with it, but like is not very scholastic-y. Not so interested in the cards, but like trying to just be like the happy medium between the two.
Mm-hmm. As you, so at some point, it starts to like, whoa, like muffles feel whatever she's saying. As we see her like waving in front of her, like, hello, Exandria to Sky. You still there, or are you a little too distracted? Huh?
Yeah. Sorry.
Gotta focus in here. Dragon Scale Crucible. It's supposed to be some big scary dragon thing. And she shows you an image of it that you have drawn here. Yeah, you see a large, almost like a podium, like a transferable or carryable podium with 4 pillars with, or 5? Yeah, it looks like 5 different sort of like tips to it. Different colored gems, each obviously representing the color of the head of Tiamat. and the very center of it is like a swirling whirlpool, like a black hole in the center. She points at the thing, says, so we're supposed to gather this thing, yeah? But it says, at least in the notes here, that the old man left. We're not supposed to put your hand in it and supposed to get too close to it. Apparently people who are very magical just sort of get hyper compacted, it says here, if they get too close. Quite a mouthful. You're writing this down, right? I'm not the only one keeping notes.
Yeah. You get too fucking close, you get squished. Got it. Don't put your hand in the black goo. 5 diamond thingies and.
Sky,
really
you're the
fucking
most
big.
magical one here. This could mean me 100 feet from it or something like that, right? I don't know what hyper compacted range is. God, it's hot today.
Right.
She looks out to like the desert sun above. As you guys we see a little like tent set up in a little oasis, little palm trees, like a pond nearby. Yeah. As she sort of sighs and says, "Right. So once we get to it, or if we get to it, it's supposed to be one of the final pieces, I guess. Oh, it's been so long. I just want to get some rest. I want to be done with this."
Plenty
Once
of
we
time
get
to
our-
rest. Once everything is all said and the world's in a better shape.
Yeah, well, just saying, we've been working our asses off. I mean, all respect to the Red Prince and everything, but better appreciate the shit out of this.
New World Order and all that, I think it'll be absolutely everything we were promised.
She kind of looks to you here and says, "It's not about that. New World Order, that's not... I don't think that's as feasible. I think just our part of the world being better. We're starting there, at least. I don't know.
I mean, if that's only your scope of the world, isn't it a New World Order?
I guess. I just... Do you ever feel like it's a lot? Like it's too much? And I think that sort of like takes you like away from looking over to Kenneth and the card game and such, and she gives you this kind of genuine look, says, I don't know, do you ever feel like we're doing too much? Do you ever feel like you're working too hard for this, huh?
Truth be told, I sometimes sit and wonder why we hurt so many people if we're wanting to save them.
I mean, people get hurt. That's what happens sometimes. Not everyone sees the world in the shades you want them to. Can't always persuade your way out of trouble. Can't always talk it. Sometimes you gotta be cold. I just heard of so many other times that people believed in something wholeheartedly and then were burnt for it. I just don't want that to be us, you know?
Well, in those stories, people weren't ever a family working towards it. They were always like-minded individuals from separate backgrounds that had nothing to really unite them. But I think for us it'll be different.
I hate your optimism. She so smiles. And I think
I hate your
here...
acid drinks. They hurt my teeth.
What the hell? She sort of stares back. As you sort of as you kind of look away here. Give me... This is like gonna be nearly impossible.
Who's that Pokemon?
Sort of like a super retroactive perception roll here.
Super retroactive perception.
Super retroactive perception roll. 14.
14.
Okay.
Terrible.
You look on back to the game and Kenneth here, and like it seems silly to think about it now, all these years later, but you swore for a moment as we sort of come back to Fort Daxio and such. you swore for a moment that it almost felt like, I don't know, she gave the same look over to him as you did in that moment. So, you're probably just imagining it. As you come on back, realize like, okay, this thing does not primarily eat magic items. It can, but I'm pretty sure it's like a Tiamat artifact that's supposed to eat magic people and turn them into magic energy.
It eats people.
See Alora
It-
kind of look to you.
What do you mean it eats people?
The artifact, it has a range around it. It pulls magically inclined individuals of a particular nature into it. It has a sort of like range that like they're crushed and dispersed into magic.
Oh, great. You see Alora sort of like immediately writing this down, adding it to the notes to be kind of like spread out later.
It was one of the artifacts we were looking for when we were younger, and what I remember about it, it was sort of big, 5 points on it, matching each of the colors of the dragons, and there's a sort of like swirling maw at the top of it. There's a unknown range of consumption that was never substantiated by the old man about how far you had to be before it sucked you in and then just sort of crushed you into magic.
It devours magic from mages. Is that what you're saying? That's incredibly dangerous. It means one could possibly sacrifice an archmage, and who knows what level of power they could produce. This changes a lot. We have to be very careful about our magi and arcane support characters that we have here. Yourselves as well, if you're taken by them. I suppose, in a sense, you might be lucky to have been killed by them in that fight against Archon. I suppose if you weren't as much of a challenge for him as you must have proven to be, he probably would have tried to knock you unconscious and take you as prisoners. Goodness, this is not good.
Does one have to be directly fed to the crucible, or is it a part of its nature?
There is a assumed range around it. It was never. We never got the chance to really figure out how far from it that is. It could be 10 feet. It could be 100 feet. Non-magical people like, well, shit, I can't even say Roxy. You, Bella,
I don't have no magic. I don't have no magic.
Don't you have ranger magic?
I guess. I don't know if you count that as magic. I mean, is it?
That's magic.
I mean, you know who could totally get pushed into that shit? Your sister. He's probably fattening her up to throw her in the fucking crucible, and she don't even know it.
You're probably one of the only ones that knows how to work it, honestly. But Bella might be able to get to it. No. And interact with it. She's not magical. It shouldn't it's not part of her, right? Like she's got, boons and whatever, but like
I don't think I have really any magic, besides, like you said, what I've been touched and given by the light and Artusa.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like me walking to it. When we were talking about it, there was worry that it would just snatch me. They wanted me to stay away from it.
So I handle the crucible when it gets there.
I mean, how are you gonna carry
see-
it? They said it was a
Yeah, you
gigantic
see,
fucking fountain.
Alora as
know.
well. Like that's supposed to be quite large. I know not the limits of your strength,
My
but it could
friends.
be up
Ash
to a
stole
ton
it.
or more.
My friends. We know somebody that was prepared to move it and prepared to use it. Perhaps they could give us a hand in trying to assist us in moving it. If we are able to find it.
Talking about Ash?
No. Clemaine.
Talking about a vessel.
We know his
But-
intent is not evil. He's merely wanting to make something. But he did hire us to try and find the thing and bring it to him, so he must have means for us to get it back.
No, he just wanted a battery. He didn't say that specific thing.
Yeah, not he was talking about a battery, not the crucible. He never mentioned anything. You don't think he knows about anything of that? He just needed like I need a powerful battery to power up my like robot friend.
Yeah. Ash stole the crucible.
Yeah, Ash stole the crucible, and then Red Path caught all the heat for it. That's when fucking Archon came through and chopped off one of their arms and shit.
Oh, in that case, he would have brought up Ash then, at that point.
Gotcha. You see Allura at that immediately kind of scowls a little bit and says, the terrorist, the person that was attacking Singorn not too long ago, is that the person you're talking about?
Yes. She has the knowledge of at least how to steal the thing. Perhaps she would let us know how to do it.
Couldn't we ask like one of your dead siblings? Wouldn't they also know how to do it?
They didn't steal it. Red Path never got their hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they did. That's why they were chasing them. Because they said they were following the magic, the teleportation magic that they used to get it.
They were using the Fuck, that's probably how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
as you
maybe-
sort of realize, like shit. So Kenneth and Arenia probably didn't know about it. Ash, well, Arenia definitely know about it, but Ash was probably working with Derival, who's still a question mark, by the way. We haven't seen this guy. Yeah, he's just the teleporter, right? He's the guy who gets stuff around. Yeah?
Mhm.
As you realize, like shit, where the hell is he in this whole thing? Yeah.
That would have been how they moved it. Derival helped her do it, and I don't know where the fuck he is.
There's no way to kind of find him, you don't think?
I mean,
Is there anything he truly cares about that he would come for? Like a person?
DM, did he have anybody he truly cared about?
I mean, you guys were family. You had each other, right? It was never about tying down to anyone else or anything else. It was not really. Not that you can think about. I mean, at this point, right, from everything you've heard and known about this plot that used you as a conduit, you start sort of thinking to yourself, like, how much did you really know these people, right? What was real? What was ever real? Which one of them? Who was real? I mean, impossible to say.
At one time, I probably would have said he would have come for any of us if we needed him, but can't say anymore. I know he was helping Ash, but even that, it's questionable how loyal he is to her.
Right. And this terrorist, this Ash, has there been any news of her involvement in this whole plot?
She's captured.
She is. That is brand new news. I don't believe you've informed me of that yet. That is good, I suppose. Another person to not worry about in the moment.
We turned her over to a Singorn.
Oh, I see. Well, I doubt then that we'll be able to get access to them anymore. Elves are, well, Singorn is not very forgiving when it comes to trespassing, as well as offenses to their culture and way of life.
Oh, we know.
Very well. All right, then. I suppose that leaves us still at a similar conundrum. I think the mission is definitely to find this crucible, as it might be the source of their enchantments, of their weaponry, empowering their forces. You see, as much as I believe in skill of individual soldiers and adventurers like yourselves, heroes, really, at some point, 20 guys with a magical flaming enchanted stick are going to be enough to wear you down and eventually defeat you. Without the magic sticks, maybe not so much. She looks to you all, says, if you're interested in helping further, I have a task for you. Use whatever skills you have to maneuver your way back into the enemy lines. Do it safely if you can. But if you can find a location of this crucible, that would be ideal. It would give us something to target, or sabotage at least. In the meanwhile, I'd suggest keeping an eye out for your equipment.
Forlorn sigh from Casimir.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
All right.
Perhaps
Well,
give me a few minutes to go do what I need to do with this scrying spell.
Very well.
she's gonna look at Cass and go, "Giddy up!" It's still because you're a horse.
Oh
Get
my
it?
god.
Thanks, Rox. All right. And Casimir will go find a quiet space and cast Scry.
Okay. Who are you scrying on?
Our Minotaur friend.
We'll have a long
Okay.
face cast.
No. Let's see here. We got a saving throw. We're gonna do for Torragar Steel Fist, the sort of right-hand man off Archon the Cruel.
She's gonna try not to laugh and say, "You shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth."
He's already gone.
He's galloping away.
He made
All
a
right.
horse's ass of himself.
Let's see here. Torgar. He has to make a wisdom save throw. What is your DC here?
Should be an 18 with Arcane Grimoire.
That's right. Here is the wisdom save. That is 18. 18 exactly. Unfortunately, with a -1, that's an 18.
Wow.
You have a hard time trying to locate him. You try to pierce through the veil, but he resists your magic. Unfortunate. All right.
I just like to think that this barbarian's mantra that he's chanting is "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me."
Excellent. As you guys prepare here, what should we do next?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to fuck some shit up. I'm pretty pissed.
Oh, I
It's like-
mean, we gotta
Poke
get
Bella,
there.
Like,
I know. Does that hurt? Does it
What?
hurt? Like things like your finger going in your arm?
Bloop, bloop.
It's just like I look in the arm and it's just like in the middle of,
just like feels this guy's like wiggling her finger, like
Like you can see through your body as the
I
fingers
know,
like
yeah.
rolling around inside you.
I just shoot a little pseudopod at her.
Who's that Pokemon?
As
It's a little
you
weird.
see some soldiers looking at you, genuinely concerned they're going to lose their lives in an upcoming war. As you see you sort of like poking holes in your slime friend, as they're just sort of staring off from the side. You see some of the people here that have arrived. As you see, there's a horn that blows as people start getting like oh god, it's happening, it's starting. And then you see marching across from the south, arriving at the fort here, all manner of reinforcements, soldiers and warriors, adventurers from across the lands here. You see groups of people, like religious groups, the symbols of the temples of Bahamut. Many of them have arrived here. You see Cedric amongst them here, riding upon his steed as well. You see arriving here, and you guys recognize some of them. You see a bunch of like halflings and gnolls, as you guys recognize a lot of them from Turst Fields, where you guys saved all those people. You see some of the gnoll like leaders that you recognize that sort of step forth here, and as they kind of look amongst the crowd here, they kind of look to you guys here, and of course don't recognize you because you look like entirely different people, right? I think they sort of look on through. I guess they're looking at Casimir because Casimir looks like himself, just on top of a horse's body. Yeah?
Oh
Right?
yeah, with his casting of scry, he's gonna change the new spellwoman robes to his old image.
Yeah. You see Elder Orgul, Augrul of the Dustpaw Knolls of the Turst Fields there. Amongst them as well, you see all manner of like some of the like lizard men that you guys have met on your travels as well. You see arriving is a group of hill giants. Sent by your hill giant prince friend, or king, I suppose at this point, friend, as all manner of people from Western, as well as you see a lot of like reinforcements, a lot of them spurred to action after the news of your guys' death. You see sort of approaching you here, Roxy. You see Jonas kind of approach you, kind of standing on the edge of the wall there, kind of on one of the barricades and kind of looking out into the distance. He looks over to you as you kind of approach. He says, it's getting close now. Soon. They'll attack very soon.
Look, don't do anything stupid, all right?
He still has it. The amulet.
All right, and what good is it? What good is that if you're dead?
I'm not gonna do anything. Not yet, at least.
If you do anything stupid and you go to hell, I will go to hell and kick your ass. And then you're gonna look like that. And it's just gonna point to Casimir. Is that what you want? You want to be like a half person or like a frog person or God knows whatever the fucking druids are gonna turn you into? Just be smart, right?
I could do with a new body with less scars, I guess. But
No, I like it the way it is. Exactly the way it is.
Fine.
Just be smart about it. They're not stupid. They've been doing shit like this for a long time.
I'll stay on the flank. Keep an eye out for anyone not paying attention. Remove any
And
threats, I suppose.
I'll get the necklace. I have a plan. I could swap things out faster than you can.
Oh, really? Yeah?
She's gonna try to steal something from him.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand roll. You gotta beat this passive perception. Your DC is 25. Oh my god. Oh my god. With his expertise in perception, you managed to steal an item from him. What is it? It's like whatever your choice is, like a weapon or a little trinket or some food or something from his pouch, like whatever you want to here.
It would be the necklace that I gave him.
Incredible. He says, "Oh, really? I can tell. You've improved. You've gone through a lot. I can't even imagine how much more powerful you've gotten. But I still like to think I can compete with you when it comes to speed."
Oh, 1000%. But I mean, when it comes to stealing shit, I mean, I could totally get it off. So, we kill stuff, and I promise I'll help. But just don't run into anything and die, okay?
You got it. After all, I want nothing more than a moment of peace, where we can properly, find a time and space for us. I feel like so much has happened, so much chaos that I rarely get a chance to truly appreciate being with you.
I know. But there's a lot of things going on. We'll get time. Sure.
He sort of gives you a look, says, I'm sorry. I know things are pure chaos right now, but I was gone for a long time. I'm no mage, I couldn't have reached out as easily, but that's no excuse. I wish I wasn't as foolishly chasing after this amulet. Ayun's demand or not, you're more valuable to me than any treasure or amulet or any memory from before.
She'll give him a kiss and say, I know that you're chasing something, and I'm chasing something too, which I haven't had a chance to deal with, but you know what? After all this shit is done, let's just say fuck it. Fuck the things and just let's go and hang out with your sister and get her the fuck out of Singon and go do stuff. Like, let's not keep chasing shit anymore.
Sorry, get her the fuck out of... Why out of Singon?
Singon! Oh, because, they're gonna find out if she doesn't become the voice of memory, some really bad things. And then they're going to be chasing us.
She was acting a bit odd when we saw her. You mentioned that there was a long story.
You know that big tree in your city?
Oh, the Sequoia of Remembrance, of course.
Yeah, that lady who's in jail, who's probably going to do anything she can to get out of jail or give them information that they really want.
Right. Casimir's sister, apparently.
Yeah, she's going to tell them that your sister offered a part of that branch to find out where you are.
Oh. Yeah, we got to get her the fuck out of there.
Yeah, we got to get the fuck out of there. Yep.
That's,
It's really fucking bad.
Sort of like, for like comparison, that's like taking a piece of your god.
Yep, I know.
Right? It's, once again, I've always preferred a world outside of the city walls, but the value they place on that tree, it's sort of like, in a way, where all elven souls go. Where I probably will go if I ever die. I don't plan to, but,
Yeah, so like if Bryn's mom becomes the voice of memory, she's gonna know that she did that, or if they actually believe Ash. So either she becomes a voice of memory, or we have to get her the hell out of there.
Right.
So we're gonna be running for a while.
Hey, as long as it's with you, run to the...
We're gonna be pirates. You think your sister gonna be a pirate?
Oh, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Listen, your pops, your dad seems like a neat guy, but I don't know if I want to spend all of our time. He seems a little overprotective, maybe. Like he's trying to make up for something, yeah?
Yeah, he abandoned me, so I guess that's what it is. But anyway, we don't have to have his ship. We go have our own ship. We can get Bella, we can get her cousin.
All right.
I don't know how Cass is gonna do in a boat being a fucking horse. Bella will probably sink into the ocean and being a blob. It's...
Well,
but, we'll make it work.
That we will. Now, let's see who can kill more dragons. So, he sort of smiles and reaches for his necklace and feels like there's nothing there. He like taps, feels, says, "Oh
hey.
shit!"
Here.
He like looks down his chest and
she'll hand it to him. There you go.
What the? When did you?
I took it.
You sly. And he picks you up into a deep, passionate kiss and carries you off into a room that no one is currently using as we close the doors. As we go to the back to the party. As, we see, Sky standing nearby. We see a group of soldiers looking at you, looking over to a wanted poster, looking back at you, looking over to a wanted poster, looking back at you. Like, you don't think that's...
Yeah, it's me.
That's the flame. That's the Phoenix. That's the Firebird one. Why is that? No, that can't be them. That's the heroes that came to defend this place. They wouldn't be here. Why would they be here? It's a wanted criminal. They're not stupid enough to come here. But like, look at the picture. It looks really. They're sort of like looking back and forth.
I just kind of like pull down the hood and let them get a good look.
They sort of stare at it, stare back. You see one of them say, like, I think I might have to talk to the sergeant about this. You see one of them awkwardly keeping an eye contact, gives like an awkward smile, like, how's it going?
What's the matter?
Great weather we're having today.
She gets up and walks towards them to the wanted poster.
A few beads of
looks at it.
sweat.
You know, I never did like this picture. It never really got like my good side. Right? It makes me look a little bit more old and haggard than I am.
So it is you? What the hell are you doing here? Oh my god, you're here to kill us while we're not paying attention to the war.
Oh, fuck no. I ain't here to kill you. I'm here to kill them. The other people. Yeah, the dragons.
Oh, wait. The Firebird's on our side? Is that a good thing? I don't know if that's a good thing. Some of them kind of murmuring.
Well, I could be on their side, but I'm not.
Their eyes sort of widen and like, no, they didn't mean anything by it. They didn't mean anything by it. It's just that, you do know we have to report this to our captain. You are a wanted person.
Am I really that wanted if you guys couldn't catch me all those years?
Well, it says here that there's a bounty of multiple thousands of gold in Marquette and in Wildmount and some mentions of Isilra even. Not a lot in Tal'dorei, I suppose, but that's a pretty big rap sheet.
Yeah, it is.
So what the hell are you doing here?
Well, like I said, I'm here to help with the problem up north.
Wait a minute, one of them says. What? You sort of look like that other person as well. Did anyone ever tell you to look one of the members of the Radiant Dawn?
DawnGuard?
DawnGuard, Radiant something, right? There's a group from Stilben, I heard. They saved some people from frogs or something. I don't remember. They killed like a bone. I don't remember.
Name's the DawnGuard, and they killed a bone dragon. And yes, I am one of them.
What the hell? How can you can't be both? Is that allowed?
It is when you.
What? His friend smacks him with a back. Stop arguing with the fucking nuclear inferno mage. That's the fucking. What do you want to get us all killed, idiot?
Nuclear Inferno Mage. That's a new one.
I heard one of the stories that you let loose the fire spell so hot it melted the stone itself.
Yeah, they call it place the glass flats now in the area that it happened in.
Holy shit. Well, one of them sort of speaks up and says, can't you do that to the fucking dragons?
That is, in fact, the plan.
All right. Well, it makes me feel better knowing that we have a dangerous, insane criminal amongst us here to help us. All right, then.
Wow.
His friends look at him weird. He say, please don't kill us. He's had a lot of drinking. It's not been easy. War is a hard time.
Oh, well. How about I do you a favor?
You're just going to banish him instead?
No. And she leans in and she, takes the bounty thing off the wall. Kind of looks at it and she, steps back towards him. You've seen this and you've seen my face.
Right?
How about if I save your life? I give you the opportunity to run away before I figure out.
Who's that Pokemon?
Their eyes go immediately wide. Go ahead and give me an intimidation roll with advantage, as we see you holding the paper, and just by your sheer presence, the culminating volcano that is your very sorcerous being, the paper just ignites and burns away. The wanted poster. 24. They all just freeze. Even the drunk guy, you see, immediately realizes the severity of the possible situation here, and they just sort of nod, like, see nothing, and as long as you point those flaming powers that we've heard so much about towards the dragons, we're gonna stay clear.
Then consider them as good as dead.
Okay. He sort of looks you scared as you slowly fucking saunter away. The paper, wanted paper, kind of flinging in the wind as it burns the last bits of it away. As you walk on back here, Bella and Anahia sitting together for a moment there, as Anahia sort of like looking around here. Anahia looks to you here, Bella, and kind of asks you, well, I suppose, unless you want to play both of the characters here, I think Anahia sort of asks you. Yeah. Anahia gonna ask you, like, all right, so you look a little different. I kind of like it. It looks cool. It looks interesting. You can sort of do whatever with you. Do you think people back home are gonna have a problem with that?
You tell me.
Well, I mean, you look. I mean, I know you. I can tell this is you. But
People seem to have a little trouble with that, and it's making me a little upset.
well, she sort of flicks your shoulder and goes. She says, well, "It's a little weird, you know. It's Anyway, I'm so glad to see you. When I heard that you died, I was well, I was more so mad at that friend of yours with the guns, right? Because they pushed me off the boat that one time. But I learned so much with these pirates. A lot of them are very nice, well, to me and to each other, but they shoot everyone else on sight. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I've heard they like to shoot people in the dicks. It's kind of like
Yes,
their
I
thing.
did that as well. I shot a guy in the asshole. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm so glad you're back. I feel like we haven't had a proper time to sort of talk. But
I know
I've
Anahia, I thank you for coming for me. I appreciate it.
hey, it's my duty, your Majesty.
It's more than that. It's a you with the help for me. I mean, that's many people they would do that, and I appreciate it.
Right. Well, you're basically like a sister and one of my best friends. And I saw how much the rest of your friends needed you. And I realized they're sort of like your family as well. So I guess I was amongst family trying to rescue you.
Yes, they are family. I am. Although I don't know,
I don't like the fire one still. I still don't like her.
I don't know how to feel about Sky as well.
Dick move to push me off a boat when you guys were teleporting.
So many dick moves, so many.
Yeah, so it seems to me, I don't know what the situation is, but the pretty half elf lady with the long hair with the boyfriend that they keep like being very intimate with each other all the time. She seems to really have sort of like a death stare for the fire lady all the time.
Yes, it's kind of a tough situation, you know.
Ugh. Well, listen, hey, you're sort of my queen. I shouldn't tell you what to do or how to think, but I know that going into hell and such, only thing I wanted to ask her is if she was there genuinely to help and rescue you all, and she was. And it put ease in my mind. I didn't have to look behind my shoulder when I'm doing awesome dance moves, cutting people's heads off and shooting them in the butthole, knowing that this person is not going to send a firestorm at me or something like that. Maybe you should have that same kind of a talk, right? You got to trust someone if you're going to go fight a army of dragons together.
It is. It's overdue. I know, but
I'm just
I
saying.
don't know.
I'm no queen. You're the queen, but you know, I'm kind of pretty awesome these days as well.
It's just she's kind of a like we're sisters, right? Sometimes you know how to get under my skin, but I have never met anybody who gets under my skin as much as Sky. It feels like one step forward, two steps back with her.
Well, sort of eh, like holding a holding a piece of burning wood. It's gonna burn you if you hold it for too long. So you have to let it go, or maybe she's just prickly pear. How'd they say? I don't know. She came back though. I saw it when they told us. They told Captain Deadlock and told her and that very handsome, very charming mounted paladin guy. Oh my god, he was a. Anyway,
Where is
when
that guy? He came out of nowhere.
he's right over there. There's a crowd of people staring at him and asking for I don't know, high fives or handshakes or something. He just seems to be gathering a crowd. Anyway, I just want to say, sorry, I'm getting distracted. When we were told what happened to you all, apparently, they didn't complain and moan or anything. They apparently they just said fuck it and came to help and rescue you all. So I'm certain they care, but they suck at showing it.
That they do. I will have to
So-
talk to her, but yes, it's just also her sister, her other family. She has Isende Hiroshi. She has the light. And
That makes
willing
things
or
a lot
not,
more complicated.
she kind of helped her too. Like, I mean, not knowingly, but
Still,
it's we're going to have to go after her. And you know what I have to do. I need to secure the light for our people.
Mhm. Yeah, I know, but this is what being a queen or king is, right? Your father had to make these decisions all the time. He was ready to banish you. I mean, I don't think, of course, it was a right decision. I love you and wanted you to stay there and be welcome home, but he was following tradition. Tradition says if you leave, you stay away, and yeah, I saw it in the fight. He didn't have fun fighting you. Not at all, I don't think. But he did it because it was his part to play as a king.
Yes, I know. It's not all
I don't envy you,
luxury.
but I'm so happy you're back. I don't think you're meant for the hells. You still got plenty of world to see here, and with me this time. I
Yes,
can't believe it took me so long to follow you off the island. Should have got away earlier.
I'm so excited. I mean, I wanted to take you here and show you around and, see some of the amazing things that I saw, Then she fucking pushed you off to the teleportation circle.
Once again, seeing what you guys have gotten into maybe wasn't the worst thing that happened to me, right? Because I learned to dance in a way that people's heads fall off when I swing my blades around. I learned so many new tricks and all kinds of sneaky tactics from the pirates there. It was honestly kind of an adventure of my own.
Well, I'm glad
So-
you made the most of it, but
Yeah.
I mean, Amon would have been just as cool and fun too.
Right. I will say, everywhere we go, people look at me kind of funny. Yeah, I feel like people don't see a lot of snake folk like us around. Yeah.
You know, like how on our island there's the ones who didn't find the light, the more monstrous and evil. I'm blanking on what they're called.
Like the
V-
here ones. Yeah, yeah.
yes, yes. That's what people are used to when they see a Yuan-Ti, not people who find purpose.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I'm glad you found yours.
You
And I'm
know,
sorry it's fighting, your purpose is fighting a bunch of dragons.
it is a noble one, isn't it?
Right.
Are you
They'll
going to
tell
stay and
stories
help
about,
us, or
they'll tell stories about this back home. Our queen went into war to save the rest of the continent, a world maybe, even, who knows?
that would be a quite spectacular?
Your,
Do you plan on staying around to help us?
Well, I sort of thought so. I was talking to Captain Deadlock before, and he seems like he wants to stay here. Mentioned that after helping us go to hell to get you and everything, he wanted to, help in any way he wants. I think I think him
He's a
and
little guilty, you know.
I think
I
him and Roxy apparently had a. He's not told me much, but they've had a. He said a pretty rocky relationship, if a relationship at all. He said. He tells us stories all the time of his two daughters. He was very proud of them. He said, but one day he had something very important that would I don't know. He's something about put them in danger. Something about a king of planks. I don't remember. Anyway, I might want to talk to him to figure out if we're staying here or how we're helping. We're sort of pirates. I think we're kind of wanted by these people, these guards and such. So I don't know if it's a good idea to stay. Yeah.
And also, I hope after all this is said and done, that say Artusa can help me with my body. So
That's right, your new girlfriend.
I miss her.
Maybe she can send some, minions. What do they do? Like like pixies or like fairy, like special magic butterflies or something. Maybe that can help.
I mean, this is a question actually for DM. I still kind of like have my connection. I'm still like marked by her. That's
Yeah,
like a mark
you
on
are
my soul, I imagine, not
pretty much.
my
Yeah, pretty
body.
much.
Okay. I have my mark still, but and I still feel connected. Touched by the Fae, but I don't have her symbol anymore. So I maybe I can try and contact her, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Well, we'll be around. We'll try to help as best as we can here. I sort of made a deal, or sort of like a pact, I guess, with Captain Deadlock to serve on his crew. So it wasn't like it felt very loose. It wasn't like very strict what I have to do to be a pirate forever or anything like that. But like, I'm sort of here with them, and honestly, I'm having so much fun sailing around. So even if you return home, I might not return for some time.
Well, as long as I get to see you ever so often and you visit, that's what I want. So.
Oh, I wouldn't miss your return back to home.
I mean, we need to get up to some troubles of our own, some adventures. You can't always be fetching me from hell.
Well, first time's free. Next time, well, I'll have to figure it out. But she sort of gives you there's like a moment she gives you like a serious look. Says, "Listen, I've been wanting to ask about Auntie, about your mom. I don't know.
Who's that Pokemon?
I mean, she was desperate. She did what she thought was right, a solution to a problem. I mean, to be honest, it's the same reason that I took a leap of faith and left myself.
I know. I felt bad. Huh? I know you had to make a judgment and such, but I'm glad you've shown her mercy. Yeah, serving as a priestess is a long punishment, but I don't know. We've known her always. I just couldn't believe it. But when I heard you died, I thought to myself, would I do the same to rescue you? I don't know. Not an easy position to be in.
It's tough to not make a rash or selfish decisions when your emotions get in the way.
Well, maybe once we have Isender Hiroshi back, maybe it'll show her that that sacrifice she made wasn't entirely in vain.
I guess so. First, we need to get it back, though. It's been gone for too long.
Do you know where it is, or where it's supposed to be now?
It's with Irenia.
Right.
Where Irenia is, I don't know at the moment. Sky might have an idea.
Right. You said that's the one with ice.
The ice.
The rude one is the one with fire. The one that kicks me is the fire one, and this is the ice one.
Yes.
Pooey. All right. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for any frozen puddles or frostbite on trees or something. And she sort of gives you a tap on the shoulder and walks off. As you kind of look over and you see a bunch of horrified guards staring at Sky as she sort of heads on over.
Oh, wave her down.
Mm-hmm. Is this around any other party members, or is this just the two of you?
I mean,
if Cass is there, I think Roxy's, getting it on. Roxy's getting her final countdown.
Yep.
Casimir, you've been casting spells. You're trying to see through the eyes of a minotaur. You can't manage. Blurry images, everything failing, unfortunately.
yeah. He said Cass has step away for a few.
Yeah, he stepped away. That's right. But yes, in that case, Sky, you see Irobella slime? No, it doesn't work. I can't string it together.
Slimella?
Slimella. I don't know. You see Bella. You see Bella kind of flagging you down.
I'll walk on over and sit across from her. Hey, need something?
It's time we talk. I haven't gotten a chance. I mean, first and foremost, thank you for coming to hell for us. It does mean a lot. I mean, we died. We took on a little more than we could chew, even though we thought we could handle it. We were so close, but close isn't enough.
Again, this is the moment in the cinematic of this where we see a flashback of Bella holding her blade up and the brutal strength of Archon, boom, slamming down with these ridiculously powerful divine smites, right? As Bella, we see those kind of like, not PTSD. I don't know if Bella is the type of person to have that kind of PTSD, but Those are the last moments you saw, feeling your bones cracking and breaking, your very skin being torn away, your scales being shredded away, as this pure fury of a person blasted down, and then fiery hell that followed after, as we come back to the scene.
I just couldn't hit the guy. He was like covered in shadow. It all added up. It was bad. But
Happens.
I still don't know how to feel, guy. There's just so much history. I mean, the way you left, it really shattered my trust. It's I thought we would figure it out together.
Um, um, I could go over the whole thing again, and having sit and thought about it, I was angry, and I was lost in my own rage to have something I had sought to be so close and kept at the same time so far from me. Over these past few days, since Bryn came and picked me up, I had time to think about it, and I realized that I was entirely consumed more by my anger, my hate, than I thought I was at the time. There was some blind bit of hope that my family was not what I thought them to be. That it had all been played against me, but I realize now that it was part of me coping with what had happened. That I was using that to hide from the anger inside me. And when what happened, it all just sort of bubbled up. And I know I hurt several of you. And I apologize for that.
You know, Arenya has the Isender Hiroshi. Do you know that?
I do. And I know that she is also not the sister I thought she was. She was the one that did it to me, that orchestrated this whole thing. And I was a fool to think anything otherwise.
I mean, she wasn't solely to blame. She had Ash and the others. But I just honestly we've been through so much, Sky, that I've tried so hard to sit down and find common ground and work through things with you, and it seems like we've come to understanding, and something happens down the road that wedges a divide between us again. And I know you're healing, and I know it's hard and it's a journey, but it's hard. I want to be there for you if you let me.
I didn't used to be so hateful. I didn't even used to be. I didn't used to be mean at all. There was a time where I never even delighted in tormenting or killing people. When they mentioned that crucible, I had a moment where I remembered an entire conversation about it, and God, those people out in the courtyard are really fucking loud. God damn. But anyways, I remember I used to feel bad about the people I hurt. Never made sense to me why we were doing what we were doing, and we were causing so much harm and destruction along the way. You know, what kind of people can make a better tomorrow country that they live in if they hurt people that they want to make a better future for? And I wish I could care like I used to. I wanted to.
You-
I thought I could.
Care about lives, people, the world.
Yeah. Yeah, when we joined the Red Path, and what we were taught was that we were going to change our country. We were going to make it better for people like us that had nothing. We were going to establish something that could give people equal footing, no matter where you came from. But then we just spent so much time hurting people and chasing those fucking artifacts. But I remember always clinging to the idea that I was doing this knowing that at the end, of it, we would have made something better. That no one would suffer anymore. No one would hurt. That was all I really wanted. I could stomach the pain long enough to see it through. Because I did care.
But you don't anymore? That's bullshit. You feel so much, Sky. You care.
I don't really know if I do. If I do, it's lost somewhere amongst everything
You
else.
went to fucking hell for us. How is that not caring?
Sky, as you sort of think on this, it's so hard. It's so hard after everything you've been through to sort of, I don't know, admit, maybe, to yourself. Time after time, you've been shown that family is a wound that will fester and hurt you like an infection. And again, you feel that wound burning. Why did you go to hell? Why was your first reaction when you heard that Casimir has fallen? That he's forever forsaken and damned? Why did you immediately decide to help? Would you have done that if you didn't care? Is it a sense of owing a debt? Is it a sense of settling the score? Or did you do it because you care? Again, you feel that kind of sickening feeling in the back of your throat. It's not pain. It's not disgust. It's fear. As you hear Bella say, you went to hell. Why would you do that?
Truth is, I'm fucking terrified, Bella.
Of feeling again?
No. I'm scared that I am absolutely terrified that I will have another family rip my heart out again. My parents sold me. People I grew up with that I thought were my family tried to kill me. Everybody I ever got close to left me in one way or another.
I understand. But I personally, and I know Cass as well, we've treated you with nothing but compassion, and we wanted to help you truly, And it's this inability to fully trust that has wedged between us. It's not about where you came from. It's about what you're going to do next. That world that you fought for might not have been possible through the red path, but through the DawnGuard, the hope that we bring people, we could do something together. Now that you have your powers back, you should rise from the ashes like a phoenix, Sky.
It's a little hard to do when you have a bounty hanging over your head.
Bella, real fast. Perception roll, just for fun.
Uh, perception. 18. Oh, I did it,
Roll
GM.
in secret, but that's fine.
Yeah.
You sort of notice something at the corner of your vision. You see, as Sky is sort of like deep in thought here, kind of looking away, then looking to you here. At a few moments, you swear you saw her, like, left hand. Oh, sorry, her right hand kind of twitch a few times, like almost involuntarily. Yeah, and you kind of look on up to her. Again, must be your imagination, but her left eye, almost like sparkling little green coloration in it before it disappeared. You think you've seen that before? Didn't something similar happen to Casimir as well? Odd.
Fuck this guy. uh. So, could you try?
What?
To trust that I'm there for you. Just like you were there for me when I was in hell.
I want to. I don't. I don't want to. Kind of like looks like sideways and like kind of like eyes her own like reflection in like one of the glass bottles on the table. I don't like the person that became over the years. I want to be who I used to be.
I think you could be better. I don't want this guy then. I want this guy now if I can be something more.
Yeah, again, Sky, you sort of look around. A military base. People running around, soldiers preparing their weapons, mages practicing their basic spells here. All these people are gonna fight, many are gonna die. What the fuck are you doing here? And yet, you look around, you see Casimir step out from a little room that he was like doing a ritual in. You see Roxy up on the wall, exit a room. A few minutes after, you see Jonas come out as well. As you see Bella in front of you here, that unshakable resolve and trust and belief that she has in seemingly all of you. As you look around, thinking to yourself, what am I doing here? Something about not this place, but these people makes you want to stay. As Casimir, you sort of see the two of them walk on over. Roxy, I don't know if you walk on over or just like observe from above and on the walls.
Does it look like they're getting in a heated conversation or no?
I don't think so. It doesn't seem like it. I think you are a very insightful individual. You see I'd say somewhat maybe distracted, somewhat mournful look on Sky, and then
There's some
Bella.
slime tears from Bella.
Slime
As
tears,
well.
not that you can tell because they don't
Yeah.
cry. You don't have tear ducts. But yes, as yeah, there's a sort of like a big, wide-eyed, sort of genuine look of kind of like I don't know, happiness, sadness. I don't know what Bella is feeling at the moment. As Bella, you yourself see here, you see a friend who's patched up too many wounds and is afraid to trust. I mean, you went through so much. How could she not trust you? But some people are not. Some people are not as good at looking into tomorrow rather than yesterday, I guess.
You two all right over there?
Yeah, no, we're fine. Just talking. That's all.
Bella wipes her face. You know me. Just getting a little sappy.
All right, we gotta kill shit. So no more crying.
I mean, I can't wait to kill shit, but we needed to get this out.
Oh, all right. Well, is everything good?
I just kind of look up. I'm sorry I shot you.
What the fuck is going on? What are you sorry you shot me for?
Because I hurt you and I didn't really want to.
You could be a little bit more honest than that. You know you wanted to. I shouldn't have fucking shot your brother. But, I was angry and I was worried about my sister-in-law. And so I understood why you shot me.
Truth is, Roxy, part of me didn't actually want to hurt you. There.
Oh, I want to insight check that.
Yeah, I mean, you can give me an insight roll here, and then depending on the roll here, Jess, you can be as 24 is pretty damn high here. I mean, Jess, for Sky's POV here, you can be as this is a 24, so pretty high. Like, what does she read? Does this feel sincere?
You see that there is a lot of like she's like looking up at you. This is a woman who has been through multiple instances, even through prior to the DawnGuard, of having put trust in people and having it stab her in one way or another, hurt her, rip her apart. She's been wounded by people that she has trusted her entire life, but somehow, despite every wall she has erected, like along the way, like her, like the callousness that she has fallen into, the coldness, the anger, the rage, the willingness to just hurt someone before they hurt her, there is still in there this little bit of an individual who just genuinely doesn't want to actually hurt anyone. And like you kind of see that as she's like looking up at you. Like, she's absolutely sorry that she shot you.
Look, it's all right. I know that we had a heated situation. I wasn't trying to steal your soul. I just didn't want that fucker, and she's gonna point to her eye, who's in there, and I know he's in there, to do what he's doing to you. I'm worried that he's gonna turn you evil. After you work so hard to not be.
You feel Sky, you feel a little cramp in the left side of your head, and your eye twitches a few times.
Ow.
Weird.
Fuck.
He's in there. I saw him twitching around when you talked to me by the boat.
You guys hear galloping. Horseman approaches. Casimir approaches, sorry.
Who's that Pokemon?
No, we're totally gonna fail stealth shit. now.
Usually,
They're just-
usually Casimir is this like not the most obvious person in the room, but now he's on top of a horse body, so it's like very obvious when he approaches. But yeah. Jokes aside, Casimir, you sort of approach here. You've been hearing the conversation as it's been going.
I think so. I mean, she's got control of herself, but you know how it is. I don't know if I give her the ring, will it help? I'm not sure if it will, if he's already in there. I don't know how it works.
Casimir, you did this. You tried with magic items, and you realized, like, oh, it doesn't work. It's a god of secrets. Nothing can stop it.
Well, yeah.
Just don't let him get you, that's all. Try your best, at least.
Don't worry. I understand. I got, I think, enough of a stubborn streak in me. I hold him off, but if it happens, I will let you know.
Okay, so we don't have another incident like before. If we see your sister, is it cool to kill her? I want a thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs up, we kill her. Thumbs down, no. We're gonna try to fix her. Because we tried that already.
I don't think there's fixing her.
I know
Look.
Kenneth is off because that poor guy is probably just.
I don't
not
know
really.
what is going on with him either at this point.
I feel like
Sky
he's
kinda
like in the middle.
I think so too.
Sky pulls out like this old sheet of paper that she has that has their names, and like all the ones that have died are like crossed off.
Okay. I feel
I'll
like
tell
he's
you
just
what.
maybe. Is he like really stupid?
No, actually, he's really fucking smart.
No, that makes it worse.
Yeah. They always stayed together when we were around each other again. I don't know. We need to get the Eastern Day Hiroshi back from her. And I have one request.
Just injure her, don't kill her. So that way you can kill her?
I want to be the one to
That's
see those
fine.
lights go out.
That's fine. As long as I can shoot her. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Works for me.
she's left-handed. Shoot her in the left arm. Make it a little
Ooh.
harder for her.
Guard walks by and goes, "Holy fucking Pelor, that's the most dysfunctional family I've ever fucking seen." And he just
Fuck
walks
you!
by. Oh my god, it's the criminal hero and runs away.
You talk shit about my family.
He double dashes. He's running. You get a sense he was talking about you guys, not your this family, this strange group of adventurers here. But yeah, absolutely. As you guys sort of have this moment of like, shit, we all kind of care, and yeah, I mean, Roxy, you've from day one, right? You've had many times moments you've shared with Sky, and you butted heads, and you stabbed and shot each other, even, right? And here, I mean, on that insight roll at least, yeah, you see someone who's afraid, who's been looking for a family their whole life and never found one. Not truly, yeah.
I think she resonates with that a lot. I mean, for her, the same. Like, you know, her sister not really the the best. So you know, she'll be understanding that. Look, don't worry about it, right? My sister, she sold me to be, you know, tortured and sexually assaulted in her husband's dungeon. We all have our problems. But and we all trying to look for our family in some way.
Yeah. I feel like that's a running theme for you and I with our sisters.
Yeah, sisters fucking suck. Except for Bella's sister. She's pretty cool.
Well, she's my cousin, but
I thought she said you was her sister.
sisters.
Is your father like one of those like have sister wives?
Yes.
Totally.
No.
So she's your sister.
Oh.
She's a
You know
cousin, but
Cousin.
she's like a sister to you because you've grown up together and been like the closest person to you always.
So she's just your cousin, right?
Like
Because-
your dad didn't like bang her mom, right?
No. It's his brother's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
I thought your father had like a whole bunch of wives, and you just had like a
That is-
really interesting family.
He does. He does. Yeah, he has a bunch of like sort of like concubines in a sense.
So are they all your moms, or is that like how's that work? Like, do you have like
I-
mom one,
I-
mom two, mom three, and mom four?
Okay, we're having a great heart to heart, and then it just went. Oh,
That's
Family
kind of
dynamic.
cool. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I mean, your dad must have a lot of energy because that's a lot of shit to deal
Back,
with.
back on task for just a second. I will give it another go. I will do my damnedest to not let myself get the better of me. And if I feel that it's happening, I will let you all know. And maybe circumvent anything from happening again like happened previously.
And you'll trust.
Oh, you cut out there. Maybe it was
Oh.
just for me, but Zach was super robot-y for a second there.
And you'll trust us to help you.
I will.
mean, Trust as much as we can. You have to understand what kind of like people who don't really trust much. Gotta like understand a little bit.
I will trust as much as I can, like Roxas said.
I mean,
I don't know.
But
My trust is
in-
pretty bounding, so.
but
Yeah. In time, maybe that'll fix them.
in our world, it's a little
Is-
bit different. Trust is like very rare.
Yeah. Is this where I get donkey kicked? Look up. Well. They promised that I would be there to get you out of the shit if you were ever in it.
Much appreciated.
So yeah, I will. I'll do what I can, and I will make up for what I did.
Well, you know what? Let's bring it in. And Bella will slime her arms around the group.
Extend your slime and grab, make a big hula hoop around everyone with a singular strand of tentacle.
And then
slime
bring
thing.
everybody together. It's like,
It's so wet, Bella's wet.
It's
It kind of burns a little bit. It's slightly
just-
acidic, so it burns just a little bit.
Watch your feet.
Yeah,
Watch your
my
feet. I
love.
haven't got used to these hooves yet.
It's my love. It's my love.
As you
The
guys
family's
come
back
in.
together.
You guys hear, sorry. Quick thing. You can look over. Standing there next to you, like he was always next to you, like 2 feet away from you, is a Eladrin elf man in like a black suit of like leather armor. You have like you guys. Some of you guys are incredibly perceptive. Roxy, especially here and such. You did not notice this guy like approach you guys. You see like a calm look on his face. Says, "Sorry, I don't mean to distract you, or you seem to be doing something. I was told by the General Eugene of the Dusk Regiment that you are looking to recover some lost gear, correct?"
Yes.
That's correct. Yes.
I'm Dolian. My name is Dolian. I'm with the Dragon's Bane, another group of adventurers. I was told that you could use people who can help you be stealthy.
Yes, tremendously. I'm just gonna look at the one with those fucking
Hi,
hooves and the
guys,
one with the damn plate.
Your friend's a horse. It might make things a little difficult. All right, well, here. He reaches into a bag, pulls out a piece of tanned hide, like a leather piece, that he rolls up, and you see him like run his finger up the length of it, and you hear like you don't see the magic happen, but you hear the sound of like cracking and breaking glass as everyone here proficient in Arcana, you realize, like, wait, we've seen something like this before. It's not magic, it's the thing that Basil does as well. This is psionics. This is like the wordless like mental magic kind of magic. As he runs it across this piece of leather, he says, to make you kind of invisible, really hard to find you. If you need that, use it, but it's one-time use. Best I can do right now. And he flips this sort of piece of kind of like a hide scroll, like a leather scroll, basically, with a little spell on it. Hope that helps.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks a lot.
All right, I'm gonna go now. And he just sort of turns around, and you see he walks to another group. There is a person, there is this like bearded human, like older human gentleman, sitting on a silver dragon that's just sort of sitting there in the middle of the camp as well, with some other like individuals around him. You see a like wizardly type that's wearing like a long robe. He's got strange crystals in his hands, in one of his hands, and you see what looks to be a little like gnome woman surrounded by sand magic that is lifting her up off the ground and such, as they're sort of sitting in a corner together there.
Man, I wanted to ask him where he's from. That's such a unique accent.
As you guys have this little looking it over, the scroll that was given to you is a scroll of pass without trace.
Yay.
What the fuck? I can do this myself. I like throwing it at him, but whatever. I guess I don't have to use it.
Casmio just tuck that away for later.
You see Roxy looking at this. This fucker gave me something I could do myself. Here, and she just hands it to Cass.
I don't know that they knew you had the ability to do so. So that's a nice gesture, at least. Maybe.
I'm sorry.
I
is
guess.
The woman who is priding herself on not being known and being a mystery to everyone, upset that no one knew something about her.
I mean, well, fuck. I mean, I don't look stealthy.
Maybe you were stealthing so hard he didn't see you.
He fucking handed me the paper.
I was giving you a compliment.
All right,
I mean,
well,
guys-
we
people
gotta
in
get
your
your.
situation usually don't do stuff like that.
That's true. All right, we're gonna go and get your ship back. You want your magical ship back? I'm probably gonna die getting it, but you know what? I think you having your stuff is going to be very important.
It
You
is.
would allow me to go with you? I'm actually fairly good at staying quiet and hiding.
With your fiery wings,
I don't gotta take them out.
that's fine. And if shit goes bad, you pop them out and you fucking fly away.
if shit goes bad, I'll pop them out and get us both out.
You can carry
Who's
it
that Pokemon?
without being slower.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Excellent. As you guys are sort of gathering, you see eventually Allura sort of meets with you guys as well, says, all right, well, it seems that today is coming to a close here. Not much is, everyone's still preparing. We're keeping tabs on what's happening. No one's making any moves yet, which leaves you with sort of two options here. Some of you look, well, you look pretty fresh from your, you said reincarnation you did?
Indeed.
Right. Well, if you want to find some cover while looking for your lost gear during nighttime is probably your best chance. However, it looks like some of you could use a rest, overnight sleep, perhaps, to restore your strength. If you think you could use a rest and then go looking for your gear, you'll be at full strength, full capacity, all that. We don't know what our time table here is. This attack could happen in the middle of the night tonight. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen in 10 days. We don't know what exactly they are waiting for. So, what do you all think? Do you want to go looking for your gear in the middle of the night, or do you want to go tomorrow?
I think
The night.
night is probably better.
All right.
It is definitely for me.
I don't shed light, so nighttime's good.
Okay.
Too.
Okay. I didn't know if
I only glow if I set myself on fire. So as long as I don't whip the mantle out or anything, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
All right.
Player me is just a little confused. Are we splitting the party? Only 2 people going for gear, or are we all?
Your guys' choice here. The advantage of having multiple people, or advantage of having fewer people, is hey, less stealth rolls, less chances to something to go bad, right? Disadvantages of having fewer people is hey, something went bad, and now it's 2 of us, or 1 of us, or 3 of us against the whole problem.
Maybe we go with you to a point and you go into the camp, or I don't know what is the best.
can't you take your gear off and jump in my bag as a blob?
I probably could.
Then you won't have any gear. If shit goes bad.
I can hold my breath for an hour.
Sensei.
Quick mention. Your gear doesn't shift with your body, so you still have
Right.
enough space where your plate armor is inside of the blob, right? So it has to be in. It doesn't just turn it's not druid.
Right.
shape.
Yeah. No, I got it.
But
so
you can fit in my rug. That's pretty deep.
If you take off your armor, yes, you can. Well, I guess the rug. Yes, the rug.
The rug,
just
she can
jump
wear
in,
her armor. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I take off my armor, I could fit pretty much anywhere into anything.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. That's so funny to think about because they could put you into a clay urn or a bottle and they
Yeah.
can throw it at someone and you just pop out like a Pokemon.
Amazing.
These tactics.
Why
I
did
like
you
them.
say that to me?
Excellent. So what are we doing? Are we going during night? And how? So I think we're sort of saying let's go overnight because it's easier. It's easier to stealth during then. Who is going? Are we all gonna go for safety reasons, or should we just have 2 people go who are good at it, but possibly risky going with less people?
I'm for 2 people with Bella in a jar.
That works. That could work.
Up to Casimir. Do you agree?
Casimir will defer to the stealth people in the group. He knows he's a horse.
Can you make yourself fly if you needed to get to us? Could you be a Pegasus?
Well, he has that. Oh wow.
Pegacentaur.
He has the scroll of Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah.
He could do that. He also has Embrace Destiny available to him, so he can improve his stealth rolls. But he's not very stealthy. He hands Roxy the scroll of locate object.
I think Sky should be able to do it, right? Does it go? Is it any kind of spellcaster can do it?
Yeah, any spellcaster can use most scrolls. As long as they are off the level that you can naturally cast, you don't need to roll a roll. However, if it's beyond the level you can normally cast, like if this was like a 7th level spell scroll, you would have to like roll a spellcasting ability check.
I do have
Oh,
the
then
spell
it's
slot for it.
1000%
second level.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I can only do 2nd level spells.
Plus, keep in mind, locate object is also concentration, and if you guys want like full efficiency, you're gonna want one person, probably Roxy, doing pass without trace, concentrating on that, while someone else, while Sky does locate spell.
Yeah, 1000%. Okay.
Okay, so we're putting so Bella is taking her, which is so funny to say that Bella's taking her armor off. That just means the armor just instantly like falls on the ground,
Well,
right?
like, this
She
is the thing.
just
If you
spills
want to
out of
take
it.
if she takes her armor off to go in my bag, but if she's in the rug, does she
Yeah.
have to take off her clothes because it says it's 10 feet deep?
That's true. Yeah, it could be there. And as a slime, you can, Bella, you can hold your breath for 1 hour. So
Well,
1
correct,
hour,
yeah.
every once 1 hour, Roxy just unrolls it. You poke your head out, go and go back in. Yeah, that works. That's fine. You can have a surprise fucking
That way you
My
can
God,
keep
like
your
the under-
armor on.
fucking Undertaker from WWE. Fucking unroll the carpet, comes out of the fucking grave. Yeah, perfect. All right, excellent. Can I have Roxy and Sky give me a set of stealth rolls, please? Because you guys are going in during nighttime, you have advantage on the rolls. Are we doing pass without trace on top of this?
1000%.
All right, plus 10 to these rolls. Let's go. Enemies have there's a ton of people. You're walking into, and I'll be describing it, but keep in mind, you're walking, oh my God, you're walking
Wow.
into thousands of people. That is plus 10 on
So
both
43.
of those rolls. 43 plus 33. Yep. Your guys' average, I mean, I got to do average anyway, but that is 38 average for the two of you here. Oh my God. There are powerful, adult, and even you see some ancient dragons that are sitting here. You guys realize, like, oh, fuck me, there is some really powerful. As you guys head out, first of all, you see hundreds upon hundreds, even thousands upon thousands of lizard men. War paint across their faces. You see greens, the blues, the white, black, and red colors of Tiamat splattered across their hides and such. You see a large amount of them are undead. Many of them, in fact, are purely undead, nearly skeletal, some of them, even with flesh rotting and falling off of them. As you approach their camp, you see this entire area has been sort of deforested, seared, opened up, and dug out to leave space for all of these peoples here. You see wild dragonborn that have gathered here, half dragons of all kinds. You see swarms of manticores. You even see some hydra creatures that they have in some pens and stables as you're sneaking on through, as we see this little kind of montage here. As you continue to move, you spot up ahead a sort of like a mountainside, and perched upon it are 12 different adult dragons. Red, black, you see brown and gray, you see a blue dragon in there as well. You see one adult dragon is trouble. Two adult dragons, that's pretty damn problematic. 12, that's insane. That's too many. Amongst them as well, you see two dragons of massive size, with a maybe 80-foot wingspan, 40, 50 foot tall or something like that. Massive. Truly, you think possibly elder or even ancient dragons. You see a red one and you see a brown one. Which, by the way, brown dragon, I don't think I've described. This is something that Sky would know more than most people. Brown dragons are desert dragons. They're they have these kind of like vestigial, tiny, almost comically sized wings that don't really let them fly. They're burrowing kind of dragons. Real nasty. Yeah, acid. They use acid as attacks and stuff like that, but they're like burrowing dragons rather than flying dragons. You see one massive brown dragon, and you see a very massive red dragon. Other than that, there's a few dozens of different kinds of like wormlings and young dragons amongst this. This is the true like firepower, as you guys realize. As you see at the base of this mountain, walking around is a tall, powerful, muscular Minotaur man. You see Torgar Steelfist. As he walks over to Krull, you see Krull, the deaf cleric, Tortle, as he sort of is currently kneeling, at the base of that excavation site where that massive skeleton of the Iron Storm, the sort of ancient dragon worm known as Brimsight, was slain many years ago. You see he sitting in front of it, kind of kneeling and praying. He's holding in his hands, clutching a amulet, symbol of Ayun on it. As he whispers into it, you see strange divination magic infuse him as he begins to cast some greater spell, infusing the skeleton with power. As you see him scowl. It still lingers. Torgar turns to him and says, "What is it?" And Kroll says, "Some blessing, lesser. I will break it, remove it soon. Someone has damaged the ritual with holy magic." Kroll looks around and says, "We'll find it. Archon doesn't want any more distractions. He is... he's getting impatient. I feel as if I have dishonored him, leaving him to almost die. Maybe I shouldn't have left him alone." Krull spins around and says, "Enough. He is the champion. He doesn't need you. He doesn't need me. He doesn't need any of us. Tiamat believes in him more than any other. He embodies her power. Those who tried to strike him down never stood a chance. But they will be back." And Torgar looks at them and says, "They will? How? They were broken and slain." Chief Kroll looks over and says, "I've seen them. At Archon's tower in Avernus. They came for their friends. Persistent. Difficult." You Torgar look over and say, "At least they have strong bonds. They will be harder to break. I look forward to this challenge." You see, Kroll looks at him and says, "What happened with Kai? Where is she?" You see, Torgar shakes his head. "I don't know. It's been some time now. She's gone. She might have been captured. Killed even. It would be a shame. Amongst all of us, she was at least interesting." See, Krull just sort of scowls at that. Archon will be furious. But I fear that he might be distracted with her gone. Torgar just sort of looks to him and says, "He'll be fine. He's the champion after all. Undefeatable. First, these would-be heroes, and then that hellish worm thinks to betray us, and she too was broken. For all the hell magic and pacts that she could conjure, not even dragon might of that level can defeat Archon. They sort of nod to exchange some glances as Tal'dorei begins to walk back and inspect the space around, walking up to some of the soldiers and such.
Who's that
You guys
Pokemon?
walk on, and you see a massive treasury. Set of tents that have been set up with all the plunders and stolen goods that have been gathered here from the whole war effort here. This place is truly massive. It holds probably hundreds upon thousands of gold. You see, walking up to it is a set of wagons being brought with a bunch of iron and steel weapons, all enchanted with runes of fire upon them. You Dargar approach, look over to the two sort of the Dragonborn that are there. He says, another shipment. Very good. These flame blaze weapons will serve us well. I'm pretty partial to my scimitars, but I've heard these can melt right through protections against fire. Is that true? You see, this Dragonborn nods, the Forge Mistress and her handiwork are unmatched. Her runestone makes it that every fire enchantment punches through protection against flames like it was paper. He sort of nods to that, says, giant magic. Always seemed so simple. I suppose it has its uses. Forge Mistress. I would love to see if my own giant might matches with hers. And when he says that, his giant might, he taps a belt you can see around his waist that has a face of sort of like a dwarf or like a giant on it. As he turns and walks away, as these Dragonborn start giving out all these flame-enchanted weapons to some of the sort of like undead nearby. You see some troglodytes nearby here. You see just some like humans and elves and tieflings and just like common people who have like symbols of Tiamat carved on their bodies and foreheads and stuff like that. Cultists of all kinds. As you guys walk on in here, Sky, you use the scroll of locate object. What object are you trying to locate?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you gotta pick one.
Yeah, I gotta pick one. Ah, shit.
Presumably, party told you everything that was missing, all the items that disappeared and such.
Cass's spellbook, which I feel is probably the most needed one.
Yeah, he's kind of stuck without it, but yes, for sure.
The Makahodl is great. That's like half a Cass's class in that book.
Excellent. You cast the spell here as the two of you begin to slink around, stealthily moving. We get a little montage of you guys kind of dodging and ducking between some tents and some of the sort of like war pens and such, where we see like Manticore sleeping and getting ready for war and such. You see a group of these lizard men are like brutally, like nails and hammers, nailing painfully into the paws of these like chimera creatures and manticore creatures, these long iron kind of claws and attachment blades to their paws and very flesh, as they roar and slash at them as they fight back, being grafted onto like this. You eventually, as you continue to walk around the camp here, within that 1,000 feet, Sky, you get a ping. Boom, boom, as you begin to walk that way, following it like a radar. Sure enough, one of the tents you enter, you find a pile of cash, some gems, some strange potions and such, as well as the spell book. Maquahuido, the enchanted cloak of Bella's. You see the all kinds of mage gear that you've seen Casimir wearing and using over the years here. You see the dwarven plate. Dwarven plate is actually a new thing from before. You see all manner. You see the javelin of lightning in there, all kinds of the Abjurer's Gilder, all of the magic items that your party has lost. You see, you have to search for it a little bit here, and I need one of you guys to give me an investigation roll to do this as efficiently and quickly as possible. You guys can give each other advantage if you want to. One of you can roll with advantage.
I have a plus 11.
You know what? I'll help you.
Gotcha. Let's go. On a 20 or above, it takes you 10 minutes to gather everything. On a 30 or above, it takes you 5 minutes, and you're out before anyone notices. 20, yeah. Okay, yeah. On a 20 here, I'm going to roll
I'm going to give her a...
Oh.
Oh,
You
Nice.
son of a bitch! Incredible! That's fucking awesome. As you look around, Sky, you look out and you see moving towards you is a imposing, tall looking Dragonborn man. In a fine suit. You see red dragon, you're like, oh god, it's Archon. Wait, no, that's not him. You see burning, blazing red eyes as they move, and everyone sort of moves out of the way as you feel the very sort of, I guess in a sense, like aura of this person. Intense heat. Heat so intense, in fact, matching yours. As you realize, like, that's not a person. I'm no scholar when it comes to dragons, but I'd bet you anything that's a shapeshift. That's one of these fucking ancient dragons walking around shapeshifted. As he walks around, whoever this dragon is, as you realize, as you see the draconic symbols of Tiamat upon him here, everyone clearing the way like he's Archon himself here. This red dragonborn walks and stops for a second and looks into this tent for a moment, just as the two of you disappear off to the side out of this, as we see a little symbol of the lawbearer appear and that boon of yours saved the day here from any complications. The two of you, everything. Fucking all of a sudden, Bella, the fucking
Yeah, I put the cloak on him,
unrolls
shoving everything
unrolls the thing. You look up, a ton of items just fall onto you. Your party's items. You see your macahuidal. You see your armor in here. You see all of your gear in here.
amazing.
As you quickly, over the next half an hour or so, begin to retrieve your way back to Fort Daxtio. I need both of you guys to give me a perception roll on your way out.
How far into there would they have been? How much time has it taken?
At this point, like 3 hours.
Okay.
That's like...
Perceptions? Mm-hmm. Sky, less so, but Roxy, you stop as you notice something horrible. You look over and you see at the entrance to the camp, as this is like a different direction you're coming in rather than when you that you're going out rather than when you came in. You look over and atop a hillside, the very same hillside above that bridge, above that canyon where you had your battle against Archon. You see about a 30-foot pole of wood erected. And atop of it, impaled through his chest, you see Casimir. Well, his whole body, at least. You see chunks of meat missing off of him. Side of his head is crushed. And then you see movement. You see his body wriggle and move. Grunts. You see a singular yellow eye glowing in his left socket. Underneath him, a few dozens of lizard men have gathered. You see nearby the head of Yara's is impaled on a spike nearby as well. You see that some pieces of flayed skin of a blood hunter, is displayed nearby as well. A brutal display of victory, yeah?
She will point to Cass.
He's not... Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
okay.
like the body.
Zombified one, yes, that you see up there.
He turned him into a zombie. He's up there. Do you see him? She'll point it.
Yeah. Sky, you see Casimir, as you knew him, impaled up there. This is happening maybe like 120 feet from you guys. You guys are like up on a side of a mountain, looking sort of like down and off to the side at this. So these guys are not seeing you. They don't have a chance of spotting you. But you see this.
Does he need his body to go back, or is it worth trying to get it? I mean, I don't know.
Technically, zombification isn't it being occupied. It's just animated by magic. If we could get up there, I could dispel it. Wait, you said it's how far?
It's about 30 feet up off the ground. This giant pole that they've impaled him on, and
How far are
beneath
we
it,
from it?
you guys are maybe 120 feet from it, and beneath it, like at the base of it, gathered around like fires and such, are a bunch of lizardmen, like a few dozens of them.
Can I dispel the animated corpse?
You definitely could try. Yes, absolutely. Now it's not. Is dispel a verbal spell? Because if it is,
Sorry,
I
was
might need a stealthiness check.
Fortunately, I am a sorcerer, and I have not taken spell. I did not
Okay,
take
well,
that one. But
Fortunately, you are a sorcerer. You are right. Anyway,
Yes.
I think it requires verbal.
yeah, I was like, oh, so if I had subtle spell, I could just
Just do it. Yeah.
do it.
Absolutely. That said, then, Sky, I'm gonna need another follow-up stealth roll here.
You still get the plus 10. I think. Has it been 10 minutes? Has it been an hour?
Because of the animation spell here, with a stealth roll here, on a 15 or above, you do it, but you're noticed. 15 or less, you do it, but you're noticed. On 20 or less, you do it, and I roll to see if you're noticed. On a 25 or above, you do it and you're not noticed.
Okay. Do I have advantage on the stealth roll itself?
Yes, because it's nighttime. Nighttime, always, usually, if you're in darkness, generally, you always have advantage on stealth.
It's 28.
All right, because you guys have a plus 10 here.
Yeah.
Again, 28 is easy enough here. You unleash a spell from the shrouded darkness of the spell created by Roxy here. Her Gloomstalker sort of field of magic protecting you. You unleash the spell. You see the body of Casimir wriggling around as this absorptive wave hits it. Wave of heat. As you see the body sort of like jerk a few times. And then the head turns to face you for the briefest moment as the green in its eye kind of illuminates. Sky, I need you to make a charisma saving throw as you feel an intense, sharp pain from your left eye.
21.
You feel it, and it washes away. Your power of self, your sort of sense of personality deflects whatever is. How the hell did it see you? What the fuck was that? As you watch the body deanimate and just sort of fall there limp. Yeah. The creatures below don't even notice.
Fuck. I hurt.
Well,
That's
his eye melted and it turned into that. Hopefully that's not you.
yeah. Eye's not melting. Just a little bit of pain there. Now, as far as the bodies go, I can't do much for where they are because of how far they are. But with it unanimated, there should be no difficulty in getting them brought back.
Do you
The
want
best
to get
thing
it or just leave it and try to get it later?
I mean, there's a lot of lizard folk up there.
Every by the way, there are like 20, 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, there is one of these adult dragons that just like flies by, right? They're patrolling the area. It's pretty guarded,
Well-
right? They're not letting anyone fuck around. After
Okay.
last time, you guys almost took down Archon, right? Security is upgraded.
Are there
Who's that
parts of them
Pokemon?
around? Like I know, like Yara's head's there, but like
Yeah. Yara's head, there is Jorik's like skin they flayed from his previous body that's displayed there. There is like the body, the entire body of Casimir's there.
yeah.
Other than that, you think the rest of the body's parts and such must have been devoured.
I mean, I could vortex warp some of the parts to us.
It has to be a creature. Yeah, but-
They are technically creatures.
I think at some point, if you're long enough dead, you become an object instead.
Damn. All right.
Tell us in detail exactly when that happened. No.
It is, I think, realistically, after a minute, which is the limit of Revivify, right? That's about it.
Yeah, I think coming back for them in the aftermath would be the best bet. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot we can do. Too many things in the air and too many things up there.
All right. I mean, at least we know where they are.
That's true.
As you guys are gonna turn to leave, you hear a little hiss nearby. You immediately sort of grab onto your weapons, like, what the fuck? And you see the ground close to you sizzle. And then pop, and you see smoke emerge from the stone beneath you. As you sort of walk forward a little bit, you feel the ground get much warmer for a few moments, and then kind of tone down and go back to cool. You see smoke emerge from the rock beneath you, as if the ground is sort of cracking up and ultra dry.
Oh, it might be around underneath us.
Well, what do you want to bet? It's a fucking fire giant down there.
Or the forge?
Yeah. Well, no, they're talking about the forge.
You heard
mistress
it?
being
Yeah.
being a giant. So the forge being operated by a fire giant.
Well, at least we have an idea of where it is. I mean,
You can, if you want to, give me a investigation or perception rolls to sort of snoop around a little bit to see if you see any sort of cave or entrance or where people are going, to give you any ideas.
Sure.
21 again, very nice. 21, let's go, ladies, very good. You both spend some time kind of looking around. Eventually, you see that same wagon that was full of weapons now emptied, going down that canyon that you guys fought in, and then taking a sharp turn before stepping into the wall itself. Some clever investigation after, you guys realize there is a illusion spell that is just placed over some sort of a cavern entrance. As you approach it and look in, you see heavy, dark smoke that emerges from within, intense heat, and sound of heavy impacts of metal against metal. It's quite deep further beyond this point, but you find where this forge is. Before you have to sort of back away immediately as another, like, 50 lizard men marches on by.
I mean, we could probably try to come back here. It's gonna be really hard though. I don't think we'll be able to take the crucible ourselves anyway.
Fuck no, it's too big.
Could you carry it? That's it.
I can't do what Derival can, so I think it would be more of a, if we understand where it is, we can tell the soldiers they can make to this area to secure it. At the very least, we might be able to pin it here.
Maybe you could tell your sister where it is. Like, hey, I found it, and she can have their role steal it. And then we can fucking steal it from her. She doesn't know that you know.
Just know that I'm not under her spell anymore.
Very true. Say, hey, I found it. Just tell her what it is. Let her come for it. If he could teleport it.
You know what? I could kiss you right now, but I won't because you'd probably stab me.
I don't know if you can be able to send her a message. I don't know if you have a way to do it. But we can go back to camp. You could do it. Unless you'd like me to tell her exactly where it is.
I mean, I can tell her based on what we've seen.
All right. I mean, if she could scry on you, can she see where you are?
Probably, yeah.
I have to step away from you then. I don't want her to see me.
I'll tell you right away. Right away here, Sky. You've known. Sorry. You've spent your entire life with your family here. You know what most of their spells are. Arenia is a destruction wizard, right? You're a fire sorcerer. She's an ice. You're a fire sorcerer. She's an ice wizard. So she does not have that spell. She does not do scrying. That was never like her specialty or anything. She freezes stuff over and makes it so nothing can move.
Fair. Perfect. Well then, I will just use our little sending stone that I have then,
Uh-huh.
and like cue it up. Like, hey, I know you want me to stay and practice with that fucking scroll, but I got bored. I went and did some searching, and I found Crucible.
Mm-hmm. You hear a voice through the stone as Arenia says, "What? You found it? Where? We've been trying to keep an eye on it, but things are a little tense in this area. Apparently that Dragonborn gathered himself an army. Where are you?
Middle of his fucking camp, there is an underground forge. Look for the place where the ground is burnt out. Fire giant running it.
Mm-hmm. Last little thing you get back is very nicely done. Showing your edge again. Good to have you back. Me and Kenneth are going to take care of this. You just try to get back to your understanding of the scroll till you are back feeling as you were. And that's the sort of end of the communication. As you put this thing on her map now. Very good. As you realize, like, okay, well, they probably won't be able to act that quickly. As we can't act as two people, they probably, well, they're smart. She's smart. She's probably not going to blow up half of this. Like, she's powerful. She's not that powerful. Like, you're powerful. Archon chops you in half instantly. She's powerful. That happens to her as well, right? You guys are not going to fight Archon and win by yourselves, right? It's a sort of a team effort. Archon he's a team effort kind of guy, right? So you realize, like, she's probably not going to make any crazy moves immediately. It's going to be planning and then probably some subterfuge and then a big boom. So you have some time to bring your friends their magic items and such.
Fantastic.
I feel good. Snuff.
Well, I mean, we get them to do the hard work, and then we just steal that shit. Oh shit, we gotta let Bella out.
Bella is
Bella,
dead
okay?
and suffocated
shit,
inside
Bella.
of
Are you okay?
reincarnate again into a vampire person. No, but you will let her out. Inhale. It was getting close. It was getting real close to that hour.
Sorry, Bella, we found the forge.
The Crucible?
Oh yeah, the Crucible.
Are we safe?
We can't steal it. It's huge, but we're gonna have someone else steal it, and then we're gonna steal it.
I will say on those super high perceptions here, Roxy and Sky, like listening into the cave, you're like, that's a lot of footsteps in there. And they're not only lizard men, there's probably a bunch of giants down there. Quite a few at least.
We should get out of here.
Yeah, we're leaving now. I just had to get you your breath before,
Excellent. As you guys begin to head on out, you hear a roar off into the distance, and landing on a back of a dragon, top a mountain not too far from you, as a lightning sort of streaks across the sky. Yeah, you see there the avatar of Tiamat. You see Archon the Cruel on the back of his mount as he lands for a second on a back of what looks to be a young adult like lightning dragon, some sort of like a blue dragon or something that roars throughout the night, shattering the momentary peace here as it chuckles to itself before Archon sort of pulls on its reins to calm it, to get it back in line. You see the mighty paladin, the oath breaker, Archon the Cruel, a name that you've heard before, but after the fight, and seeing what is done with the bodies of your allies, a title that he has earned. He scans across the lands here as we see him hold his fist up. You see a rotting limb of long claws as he closes his fist here and looks down as he scowls. You see he's looking towards Casimir's body. And for whatever reason, he's not happy that when he closed his fist, nothing happened. As he stares at that body. He roars out. You hear this booming voice that booms out a few hundred feet, magically empowered. What happened? This body was a symbol. Who did you allow to enter our camp? You see a bunch of these lizardmen look up, horrified here immediately, as he holds his hand out and says, Fine. If you will not serve me with competence, you will serve me without question. As these lizardmen begin to shriek, he closes his fist, and you watch the strange ghastly green energy begin to be drained from these lizardmen, and then drawn this energy into his rotting hands. As the bodies of the lizardmen fall, after a few moments, they begin to stir and then stand as rotting quickly, flesh deprived and life stolen, zombified corpse. He looks around and says, The rest of you, find whoever has stolen from me my first trophy of this war. The wizard's eternal suffering, as he points to the now unmoving body of Casimir. You guys get the fuck out of there as you begin to immediately sneak and dash and just get the fuck out of there. As you see a bunch of these soldiers and such begin to fucking scour the area and search the area. You guys, again, insane stealth rolls, return to Fort Daxio. You find your friends, your allies here. Casimir, you reunited with your friends. You guys are able to give back all the items. You've taken back everything that was taken from you here as you made a quick work of this mission. Well, I say quick work, but it was like 5 hours it took you to do this whole sequence.
Oh, you two are amazing. You three are amazing. Thank you. Oh. And Casimir, yeah, give hugs, say thanks, grab a shit, and go sleep and study.
Oh,
Ready to spell,
glad,
sleep,
glad I
prepare.
can get your stuff back.
Uh-huh.
Wait, I'm sorry, what was that, Roxanne?
So glad we can get your stuff back.
Oh, he's really appreciative.
There's a lot of stuff going on before you go to sleep. We found
what's going on?
possible crucible.
Wait, what?
Who's that
We
Pokemon?
have a shit ton of dragons, way more than what we thought. 12 regular adult dragons and then 2 ancient dragons.
Regular adult dragons, by the way, are nearly apocalyptic kind of events that kills a town. Adult dragon kills a town. Just to clarify, that's the kind. When she says regular, that's a very dangerous dragon.
Oh no.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is I could probably I don't can send a message to like Cage's mom because you know she likes helping out dragons, but I don't think she can help these kind of dragons.
You would know better than me. But the Crucible, we know where it's at.
Yeah.
You know the area, you think, right? It should be down there in that cave somewhere.
We have
There's
a
a-
plan. We have a plan. We're gonna have her sister use Derval to steal it, and then we fucking steal it from them.
But how do we know where they're gonna take it?
Well, we don't, but we can figure that out later.
I mean, when they attack Fordoxio, that place might be kind of like empty. She might have a chance of taking it.
Okay. And the one that was supposed to use it was probably going to be Ash, so if Ash kept her cards close to her vest, then they can steal it, but wouldn't know what to do with it until they can deliver it to their Red Prince or whatever it is. So
I don't think they don't have everything, right? They need the pages.
They need the pages, they need the crucible, and the scale.
So if they steal it, if they're successful, we have some time to get it back. Okay.
We do.
Also, they,
Smart
also
move.
they need the power source, the item. Which I should actually ask, who had that item before we died to Archon? Because if one of the dead people had that, you would not find it with the rest of the loot.
We left it in the
Mobile
Power.
fortress. Yep.
We did.
Oh yeah,
we
that's right. That's right. You left it back there with Annie or Annihilation, the giant robot.
Yeah, it's literally in its chest.
It's in the
inside
electric
of it.
field.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's also
Mhm.
guarded by giants.
Also hill giants, yes. Okay, excellent. You guys have all of your gear. As the following morning, you guys are all long rested. You report everything you've learned. The army sort of disseminates the information here and such as people are preparing for this.
Chaining spells.
The following morning, as a long rest is achieved and you guys get to prepare your spells and everything, Allura comes to you all again, just giving you some like basic reports of like some troops have been sighted moving over here. We've seen enemies moving here. Now that we know that these giants are making weapons for them, presumably this Forge Mistress, whoever it is, she looks to you all and says, "This is still located deeply within the enemy forces' territory. We, I don't believe it's smart for us to send a group of scouts or soldiers. It would draw too much attention with the success you've had last night. And seemingly, as you all seem to be somehow involved in this plot or have some major pieces of it, with these scrolls, these pages you've been talking about, do you all think you'd be capable of taking out this Forge Mistress and stopping their production of these weaponry? Now that you have your equipment back and everything, yeah?
I think so.
Because that would be an incredible advantage if the enemies could no longer produce magical weaponry. Yeah? We are outnumbered, but we are not quite as financially capable of just producing magical weaponry for every single soldier here. And by the way, out of game, I'm presuming you guys reported everything you like heard or like saw last night on the scouting mission. Yeah, to which she would say we have prepared great amounts of healing potions and resistance potions, especially of fire, knowing what kind of dragons there are. But if what you're saying is true, their weapons will cut straight through our resistance, making us spend vast resources on nothing. Yeah. So that
seems
said,
the case.
do you think you can take out this Forge Mistress? I think that would be step number one, while we focus on disrupting their sort of their food delivery, their supply deliveries and such that seem to be arriving from beneath the ground as well. We were wondering how they were supplying their vast armies. It seems they have friends beneath the ground.
They also have friends in the sky. Lots of dragons. I mean, lots.
I've had
Like
it.
12. Like 12 adult and 2 ancient. Severe, serious problem.
She looks sort of genuinely frightened. Says, it took 4 dragons to destroy Iman and bring it to its knees. I didn't know that many ancient dragons still existed in the world, and yet here they are now. The adult dragons alone pose a great threat. I believe that if rumors and legends of you all are true, you all felled a adult dragon at the start of your journey, yes? Some sort of necrotic being.
Yeah, but that shit was like broken. He wasn't even fully healed.
Right. Well, I suppose the army and us will have to fight this through, although I've received some news that we're going to have some aerial support arriving soon as well. Until then, prepare yourselves and see if you can dispatch this Forge Mistress. I hope to see you soon again. And she gives you a nod and sort of hurriedly walks off to give another set of orders and receive more information that she has to give out further and further and further. As you guys gather here and realize, like, all right, this war is about to start. Who knows when? It could be at any moment now. Forecast. Fireball. Gotcha. Excellent.
Alright, well, what do you guys want to do? You want to go after this Forge Mistress?
I mean, if that's what they want us to do, I guess that's. Look, dude, logically in my head, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that the weapons have already been produced.
You think that they have to continue to have this crucible to empower it? You think if it removes it, or we remove it from this area, that they like stop working?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know if that's how it works. I know it takes magic from things. Could put it into other things. Seems that, at least from the way they're making it sound, like she was using it to power stuff she was doing. If what they said is true about the magic being from her that's in those runes, killing her could end it.
You know what else? What you could do is you can pretend to double cross us and tell you, say, hey, we're taking out the Forge Giant. You know, you can come get the crucible. Because we're going to be distracting them. No crucible, no Forge Giant. I feel like they're going to be completely... But then I feel like we're going to have like all eyes on us, right? We have to find a way to get the fuck out of there. Like, Cassie, you have your teleport stuff, or you can't do any of that yet?
What kind of teleport are you talking about?
Like, getting us the fuck out of there after we kill the Forge Giant. Because we're gonna have, like, trying to get out of there is gonna be terrible.
Well, how far down do you think we gotta go?
Casimir, if you do, I don't know if you have the teleportation circle spell.
I do.
Okay, you can
it's not
literally
prepared.
walk up.
Yeah, it's not prepared, but I can do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can literally walk up here in Fort Daxio to one of these generals and be like, "Hey, we're helping. Can I get that? Can I get your digits? Can I get the teleportation circle?"
Sweet,
like,
yes,
here,
please.
If
Yeah, absolutely. They'll give you the teleportation sigil here, so you can now teleport here.
if you don't want to have to run with that prepared, I have it. My shit's always prepared.
Nice. You get as well then. Yeah, Sky and Casimir, both of you go ahead and add. You can add Fort Daxio to your teleportation list.
Okay. Wouldn't hurt having us both be ready to do it in case something happens to the other.
Keep in mind, it takes a
don't-
minute to set up the spell before you can teleport.
Right.
But yeah.
But I don't suspect
in
I'll be
case,
scrying right now, so.
Just in case,
Yeah.
like, we end up getting, like, separated while we trying to run from it, at least having two people to be able to do it is good.
Always good to have a contingency, yes. I agree.
All right, as long as... And how long does it take to cast that? Do you need, like, a while?
A minute.
All right.
Did that? Yeah, cool. All right. I turned my higher level section into my locations.
Nice.
Now, I have a question. Do you have to be, like, in the plane of... Oh, and let me read it. It says you have to be on the material plane.
Yeah, you got to do it here. You got to be on our world, on Exandria.
So they couldn't do it from, like, inside a rope trick.
No, it has to be in
Okay,
this
I
plane.
was just asking.
Because technically, rope trick is a demi-plane.
It is, yes, so I wanted to read that.
Mhm. Okay. Excellent. Very good. As you guys set up, you head on out to find this weapon maker of Archon's army. And as you head out into those mountains, we'll be making some stealth rolls and stuff like that, but we'll leave that for next time, friends, as we're going to pause here for tonight. Incredible stuff, everyone.
Emily should have been
job.
here.
We're not in full force. It's fine. We'll be at full force next time. And
Yes.
I
But
am,
everyone got everything they wanted. I'm happy
Yeah.
about that.
we
I
got
know,
gear back.
that's
We got
huge.
gear back, which
Huge.
is huge. And yeah, we got to sort of welcome Sky back. And now I gotta ask you guys, like, what do we do about these backup characters? Are they just gonna be hanging out here during this war, helping
helping.
along, right? In little
Yeah.
montages. Gotcha.
I mean, I gotta have at least Anahia stay around because this guy's gonna like ask her out. I mean, hey, look, I know I kicked you off the boat.
Oh, wow.
You wanna get a drink?
What a turnaround. This is going to be great.
And fantastic.
I mean, especially how Bryn has given her the cold shoulder, you know?
Real fast mention though, you guys. I know we are very powerful characters, and we died, right? We fought a single guy in this dragon, and he killed us. And now he has an army of 50,000 minions and a ton of dragons. The reason I'm asking if these backup characters are staying here is because it is possible, it is maybe even likely, depending on how bad things can be. Rolls are tricky that way. That you guys and a ton of these soldiers die, and if your backup characters are here, there's a chance they die as well during this, right? Now, of course, that's what they would do. They would want to be here to support you guys, to help you guys. But above the table as a DM, I'm saying, if this war goes bad, we could lose our characters and the backup characters, right?
Cedric's hero protect him.
Fine. It's fine. If it happens, it happens. I've got another backup. I can break it.
We're entering the scary part of the game where we're now sort of like a little higher level and things are pretty scary. We are dealing with a vast army that is outnumbering our guys here, right? But we got one trick up our sleeve, and that's we who were dead are alive again. Haha.
I have to believe that Anna's smart enough that, like, she could sneak away if need be, you know? So.
She certainly can, but she's not probably going to want to leave you to die.
Wow,
again.
of course.
It went to hell for you. Yeah. So, yes, absolutely incredible. Let me see here. Very good. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for gaming, as always. Super excited to continue this next week. Is everyone good for next week?
Yes.
All right. I swear to all the gods, I will try to keep us on a schedule here. We had to skip a few times, but that's all right. We had like people traveling, vacation, stuff like that. People feeling a little sick and such. I think I'm mostly chill for the next few months to just game it up, to keep rolling dice.
And we're good
So
for
that should be good
Thursday as well.
Thursday should be good for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta see. I missed out on last Thursday or Thursday before last. Yeah, it'll be
That's
fun.
all right. I'll send
It
you. I'll
was
send you a little
crazy.
recap. I'll send you a little recap. We are currently in the Empire. We're doing some shady stuff.
I
We're
have
trying
to say,
stay
it was one of
ridiculous.
my most fun D&D sessions I think I've ever had.
Pink,
It was
pink,
crazy.
pink dinosaur, giant pink dinosaur.
It was wild.
T-Rex,
Who's
all the
that
dinosaurs.
Pokemon?
T-Rex, the biggest, baddest thing.
What I love
Fantastic.
about it too is like I feel
It's my
like
boy. Keep on. Somebody's shiny.
Alondra hasn't seen a real T-Rex. She has seen a rendition in the Feywild of a T-Rex. That's what
That's
they look
awesome.
like. Okay.
Yep,
You guys
yeah.
don't even have my idea for when I was gonna bring Geminara, because animals in the Feywild are different.
Thank you,
And
Lou.
all of the animals are
go.
going to be Pokemon. In the Feywild. Like, this is not an owl, this is a hoot hoot. What are you talking about?
Oh, hoot, hoot. Incredible.
Why
Incredible.
does your familiar only have one leg?
My familiar is a Kecleon, and his name is Julio.
Amazing. Amazing. And yeah, funny enough, now we can put Bella in a Pokeball and throw her at people. And it works. It just fucking works.
Is her slime like flammable?
Hopefully today.
Well, I mean, she takes fire damage, if that's what you mean. Like how do you mean?
Can I like
it's not-
scoop up pieces of her and like use it like as some kind of napalm?
No, it's not that kind of. It's like acidic. It's not alcoholic.
Yeah.
It's acidic. So yeah, it's less so. It just sort of burns your fingertips. It feels itchy. But yeah, no. Guys, GG's. Thank you for gaming. I'm gonna head out for tonight. You guys take care of yourselves and your loved ones. And I can't wait to roll some more dice.
Congrats,
with
Chicken
you guys.
Burrito.
We've been
Yay,
on a
me.
pause.
Sorry,
here, a little
Lou.
break for a little too
No
long,
shiny.
and I'm super excited to jump back into sort of regular
Soon.
schedule.
Soon.
Get ready, because Archon's coming, and he's swinging
Oh,
for your
fuck.
heads.
Fucking Chris.
Whoop whoop.
Peace out, and good night from me. Yeah.
Night night.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for hanging out for our Tal'dorei DawnGuard D&D session. That was a lot of fun. I've got our gear back. That was the biggest thing for my character. My character heavily relies on his gear because it's not like easily purchased. So I'm looking forward to next Sunday. We're back on Thursday for the Wild Now campaign, which I missed out on the last session. Looking forward to that one as well. I heard it was insane. I might come back on a little bit later tonight. I'm gonna go probably take a shower since I had to work today a little bit. At my mother's. Anyways, probably take a shower. I might come back on a little bit later to stream some Marvel Rivals. If anyone else is interested in that. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Come play Marvel Rivals with us. Yes, but give me a little bit to take a shower because I need one. I got home and hopped straight on the computer for D&D. Let's see who's on. Oh, I know where we're going. Make sure someone else is on. Okay. Okay. We're gonna read out. But yes, Reggie, I will take a shower and then head that way. Probably. I'll probably even stream. But we're gonna go say hi to our friend. See you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Love y'all. Later.